ass be talking all this shit, and I just be like, what the fuck, bitch? Cause your ass be out here doing whatever, and I just be like, I be sitting in the house with the kids and shit, and your ass be motherfucking talking about, oh, I got work. Nigga, fuck your work. You feel me? Like, yo.
Yeah, I understand how you feel, but feelings are trivial when it comes to what's really real. You see, the thing is, a human being is revealed to the energies of the universe, and it hurts when we feel like somebody's attacking us, and we try to protect the ego and we go backwards. But we supposed to be moving forward, and something is there telling us this, but we just ignore it. Yeah, I understand you ain't feeling me, shit, and understand I ain't feeling you. And everything that you see in me that you don't like, just understand that it's still in you. And while the revenue of your negativity's killing you, I've been losing myself, trying to find a better you. We expect from others what we barely do. The world is big, shit, we barely know what we barely knew. Yeah, I understand you don't understand, cause understanding can only come from what's understood. And underneath it is our perception of bad and good, and that perception is our direction to where we stand. And where we stand is a projection of where we stood, and where we stood is a reflection of who we were. And who we were is an expression of our limited understanding at that time that connects us back to the human birth. Do you know your worth? And I don't say that so that we can overvalue ourselves, thinking we're more than what we are, when what we need is honest humility. You feeling me? From beyond the infinity, infinitely, I'm phenomenal me. And it's not an anomaly that we never saw what we never see. The truth is, we'll never be what we'll never be. Free, black dolphin, black dolphin. 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 Would you believe if I told you that what we need is the closure of the preceding corrosion? Because the seeded and frozen is the position we find ourselves in, condition of holding on to the shit that defines ourselves in ridiculous motions of our indicative differences and the different emotions. And we just stick with the sickness and become sick with the notions of all the shit that we've been through, cause bad decisions were chosen. And in the rise of the consciousness, intuition is golden. Intuition is golden. Intuition is golden. When you walk on the path that the destiny's holding, and the rest of me making sure that the best of me showing, and the best to be showing, cause our best to be growing, and it's best to be moving in such a way that the way that we moving is moving away from the way we was moving. And it's best to be living out every day in a way that we can be proud of our life on the day that we lose it. I see it all. We constantly facing the face of the mirror, the catch of the matrix, and back to the basics and fundamentals of living amazing and dying amazing. The eye be blazing and causing us to see it all. From beyond the infinity, infinitely, I'm phenomenal me. And it's not an anomaly that we never saw what we never see. The truth is, we'll never be what we'll never be. Free, black dolphin, black dolphin. 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 Free, black dolphin, black dolphin.
Damn. Shorty, chill, come on. I can't be in here with you all day. I got things to do. I'm saying, relax.
Shorty wanna fuck it at the morning, fuck it at the evening, fuck almost any time. Word up, word up. Shorty be freaking off like that's what's up. She wanna fuck it at the morning, fuck it at the evening, fuck almost any time. Word like that's what's up.
Yeah, yo, shorties on my them, I get mad conceited lady. But as for them girl, my action baby. Church going girl, but she kinda sex crazy, and I still love her so. It's kinda hard keeping up, I gotta tell the truth. Shorty be going hard, putting up pussy to use. Gotta strengthen up my back, gotta eat a lot of fruits. Under my steamed fish, banana and baba roots. At a grandmom's crib, she probably got a lot of use. But I still love her so. I still love her so. I said I still love her so.
Shorty wanna fuck in the morning, fuck in the evening, fuck almost anytime. Word up, word up. Shorty be freaking off like that's what's up. That's what she wanna fuck in the morning, fuck in the evening, fuck almost anytime. Word up, word up, word up. Shorty be freaking off like that's what's up.
But Chaz, guess what I told her now? What up, B?
I'm good.
What you getting into?
Work?
Saying you need help?
No. That's it?
You got visitors or something?
I'll talk to you later, okay?
You hear me calling you?
I'll talk to you later.
I'm saying, I just wanted to hold something.
I'll talk to you later.
Let me just hold something real
No,
quick. You ain't got no cornflakes?
No. Later.
Kool-Aid juice?
Cornflakes? What the fuck is that?
Hello, hello, my girl, I really wanna get to know ya. Goodbye, goodbye, because I beat and I don't even know ya. Last name, you like your past flames. Despite the trash brain, I smashed you past lane. Put me on blast, I'm an ass, I'm past vain. Late night, battery dolly dudes call you the last train. Plus your attitude, that stink like gas stains. Once I hit it, I quit it, get back in the fast lane. But for all my ladies from your north, say you are queen. And no dude can disrespect you or lower your self-esteem. Fuck if you wanna fuck, or who you wanna fuck. These dudes be talking shit and they can't even get it up. My girl from your nose say you're hot, and I'm on the mouth and pay don't panic thing under your fuck. Yep. Fuck. Wait. Don't take the thing out of context. Listen this part.
People are dying every day. Ooh. You better wear your condom and pray.
People are dead in the ghetto and I don't like it.
You better draw for your
Shorty wanna fuck in the morning, fuck in the evening, fuck almost anytime. Word up, word up. Shorty be freaking off like that's what's up. She wanna fuck in the morning, fuck in the evening, fuck almost anytime. Word up, word up. Shorty be freaking off like that's what's up.
Yeah, X-rated. I saw the woman them want it. We get them mad because they want it. X-rated. That's how the girls want it.
My dick was on, I had to get it poppin'. You already know what time it is over here. B-Union, DU, you know what I'm saying? All the girls. You know how I likes to get it in, you already know, right? I likes to slow stroke it. Slow stroke it. When I get my hands on it, so I'm so focused. I gotta slow stroke it. I gotta slow stroke it. When I get my shit, oh man, I'm so focused, girl.
I got my umbrella. She made it rain on me. She smoking money dick. That's my new strain, homie. Girl, you should buy a bag. I sell it by the P. She like that good wood. Yeah, that's a lot of tree.
I got my soundtrack. I'm in the mix, love. You see, I had it ready for you. It's all fixed up. You love that scented candle. And what a gentleman will whisper while he beat the pussy lovingly. The whole time you rubbing
I'm trying to slow stroke it. Check out a pro poking. I'm always in her purse. I guess I'm so open.
I'm Hollywood swinging, swinging my wood swinging. I'm known for humming while I'm coming, keeping girls singing.
Went to the ATL. I fucked and dabbed on her. Uber account was down. I called the cab owner. Wait, let me keep it real. I stole that girl car. I crashed her shit, fucking some shit, put it on World Star.
Because I slow stroke it. She know I slow stroke it. When I get it from behind, you know I'm so focused. I have to slow stroke it. I got to slow stroke it. When I get it in the bed, you know I'm going so bad. I slow stroke it. A nigga slow stroke it. When she turn around for me, you know I'm so focused. I gotta slow stroke it. I'm finna slow stroke it. Every time I see the girl, you know I'm so focused.
Just call me Joe Rogan. Put hoes in headlocks. I'm smoking so much pussy, I grew some dreadlocks.
Yeah, I kept my hat on. When she came out of everything she had on. You know she
Wait,
did.
screwed up police woman. She sell my dope for me. And when I get arrested, act like she don't know me.
We still gon' fuck later, even if she is a hater. The pussy's good enough to date her, she my now or later. I'm from the side with the neck cushion. Comfy while I hold the waist in place, steady pushing. I keep her gushing.
Sometimes I beat it fast, bust in a couple seconds. I hold my trophy up, just broke my old record.
For how I slow stroke it, I always slow stroke it. She ass up, face down, it got me so focused. I have to slow stroke it, I always slow stroke it. When she do what she do, you get me so focused. A nigga slow stroke it, yeah, I slow stroke it. When she turns it back up on me, yo, I'm so focused. I gotta slow stroke it, I always slow stroke it. Face down in the pillow gets me so focused.
Give me that yes, give me that no, give me that fresh, give me that low, give me that yeah, give me that snare, give me that dumb, give me that drum, give me that raw, give me that ooh, ah, give me that fucking jaw, hold up, wait, nah, give me that fucking bra, give me that shirt, give me that skirt, give me that dirt, give me that work, give me that flirt, give me that thong, give me that wrong, give me that moan, I'm gone.
Yeah. John Blue bass, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah. K-Way, 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 yeah. Watch me finesse one time. Got him all full court press one time. Fly on that jet one time. Put a little smoke in your chest one time. Gotta flex one time. Do it on the grind for your ex one time. For the set one time. Show him the best one time. I'm the one you heard about. Come and meet God in the flesh. Never seen y'all as a threat. Kill a few songs and I'm on to the next. They be online trying to talk you to death. I don't stay long, shit, I'm going to the check. Ground like I'm supposed to. Niggas think life is a sofa. Ain't no change just sitting on your ass. Go make something different for your ass. While it flip like acrobatic. This ain't clothing, this a casket. Kiwi fabric. We make magic. You know David Blaine. We stay at it. You gon' stay the same. On the ground throwing shade of the picture. Yeah, that's a fan. That's a fake ass nigga. All of that hate, you can take that with ya. Pour up a drink while she make that swisher. Roll on some more kiwi. 2 in the zone when I'm on kiwi. Save up the dough, honey, more kiwi. Can't let her go cause she's so kiwi. Whip looking like kiwi. Drip on them like kiwi. Sip on her like kiwi. Girl, give me that. Girl, give me that. Wait, roll up some more kiwi. 2 in the zone when I'm on kiwi. Save up the dough, honey, more kiwi. Can't let her go cause she's so kiwi. Whip looking like kiwi. Drip on them like kiwi. Sip on her like kiwi. Girl, give me that. Yeah, girl, give me that. Wait. Thick in that dress one time. Take a look back and reflect one time. Maybe we should rest one time. You know we can never have sex one time. I only got a text one time. I'm ready for the flight and the layover. You know we can stay friends when we stay sober. Get a couple shots in, then it's game over. Let me come taste it again. Time never wastes and we waste it again. Never need breaks on the maintenance, man. Let her dictate when she take dick, damn. I know what you told your friends. Got something on your chest, don't hold it in. If you wanna get blessed, we can go again. I beat it up last time, come get your revenge. Roll up some more kiwi. 2 in the zone when I'm on kiwi. Save up the dough, honey, more kiwi. Can't let her go cause she's so kiwi. Whip looking like kiwi. Drip on them like kiwi. Sip on her like kiwi. Girl, give me that. Girl, give me that. Wait, roll up some more kiwi. 2 in the zone when I'm on kiwi. Save up the dough, honey, more kiwi. Can't let her go cause she's so kiwi. Whip looking like kiwi. Drip on them like kiwi. Sip on her like kiwi. Girl, give me that. Yeah, girl, give me that. Wait.
Son, what you been? Listen, man, it don't be right like that regular with the rap money, so a dude gotta keep a regular job, doing regular things, you know. Son say it all the time, regular, you know what I mean? You can't blame me, but still, you know what I mean? I hit the tour, did a couple of shows, came back to town, gotta still keep these bills paid, rent overhead.
So what you doing tonight? What you wanna do? Hang out?
Come on, man, my girl been blowing up my jacket, she think I'm out here chilling with the next shorty. I can't, you know what I mean? Don't say nothing. Y'all already had y'all joke. I gotta go report in, period.
All right, man. You already know.
That's what it is.
Handle your scandal, man. Do what you do.
That's my lady. This is not scandalous business like you do. You know what I mean? You already know who you representing out here. See his shirt. Boy, it's crazy.
That's why you living off of rations. Hayes got me out on Saturday doing donuts on the rings. I ghost ride whips like I'm in the Dub C gang. I ride, I bang, I do the thing. I grind hard like the yard in the bang. Orlando, Florida, to Brooklyn, New York. We getting money, boy. I know what you doing,
Yeah. I'm back there. Been blowing up my phone heavy. I'm here now.
Yes, my baby's home. All right, get yourself comfortable, baby.
I'm on it. You know, shit. Woo. Come on, B. Oh yeah, all right. I see what you've been playing out here too. I know what this means. Woo. That shit right there, baby. Yo, this that right. You forgot what New York sound like. We about to remind them. This shit right here, Data. Yeah. Shorty hate when I'm going too long. In the eyes, I can't do wrong. Send a pic to my phone with a t-shirt and red panties on. Outside, it's cold to the bone. She need her daddy home. 1 night, 2 night, 3 nights. She been sad that she alone. I'm doing H24s, tour dates late, wait 20 more. When I get back, I'ma beat that. I'ma break down a single wall. Make a juggle a single wall. Brain making answer a single chord. Thought I knew it all. Shorty doing all type of shit I never seen before, dog. Got me falling head over heels. Rolling up spliffs, chefing up meals. Just a real, like Mary Blige said that she feel. Type of chick break your heart, how you wildin' out? David Carradine, Kill Bill. When we make love, sugar sweet raindrops fall on the windowsill. 90 minutes later to the refrigerator, needed whipped cream, eating still. Had a face full, very tasteful. Mommy spent around, kept it trill. Sweet love that she feel, kept her coming back even still. Heart broke so much, question if this time it was real. Ups and the downs, merry-go-rounds, through the good and bad times too. Lil' mommy on my side, round shotgun, that's what a ride or die do. Even though you was lied to and let down, you still try to find love, and I found you. Blew right through like a typhoon do. Mind blown, head wind swept, got a hand there with a thing kept. Got a bottle in the lamp, first cut of class, then we talk more in depth. Poured another drink, lit an incense, blew another spliff, now it's intense. Till the sun came in the 19th, the day seemed like in an instance. Shorty got the guard so tense, mind sex got it like the ocean. Told me she a lifeguard in the water good, so I dove in. She the chosen, shorty golden, dick in the body, mommy holding. I could tell she about that life, and them other chicks only posing. She got me out in the open, got her hoping that I'm Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. Shorty ring finger till it's frozen. One person tragedies, another Trevor, all in all, know the slogan. I'm a Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. Shorty ring finger till it's frozen.
My lips, hips, tits, clean that plate. Yes, I'm delicious. And that hate like pitbull jaws so tight they vicious. You tryna outdo who? Drop a penny for them weird shits. All them sideline eyes on sideline bitches. I like it rough, so I'm about to choke. Keep it sexy, get the bank, fuck it up, cause I'm doing the most. See a chick like me? That kid tryna be watching and acting ain't in me. Worn a black love, caught up, hat like Remy. You my number one, everybody say that. Motherfucker, big drip, where it at? Kitty super soaker, that's no cap. Show me you the nigga and that's on stack. Daddy hit subscribe, I know what you like. Eyes on me, we gon' get you right. Spend it like you miss it, bang bang all night. Spend it like this pussy get you bed a night.
Shorty gon' bust it for the bank, bang. Shorty gon' bust it for the bands. Shorty gon' bust it for the mans. Like I'm an only fan, yeah. Only fan, yeah. Shorty gon' bust it for the bank. Shorty gon' bust it for the bands. Yeah. Shorty gon' bust it for the mans. Like I'm an only fan, yeah. Only fan, yeah.
It's access, all access. You steady watch it fuck around, I give them access. And it's nighttime, all me. I've been about that action. This ass shut it down, now he wanna act fool with it. Ooh with it. Tongue in the ass like you know what to do with it. Vice grip on the thighs, looking in my eyes, deep stroke fantasize. Yep, how I move with it. What it do, baby? Mama know what you want, that's real shit. Not slick. Imagine my mouth from your sack to your motherfucking tip. Never with the game, so recognize a real bitch. On demand, pay-per-view, kill switch on the cell. They wanna withdraw the freak from the pussy of a rich bitch. You my number one, everybody say that. Motherfucker, big drip, where it at? Kitty super soaker, that's no cap. Show me you the nigga and that's on stacks. Daddy hit subscribe, I know what you like. Eyes on me, we gon' get you right. Spend it like you miss it, bang bang all night. Spend it like this pussy get you bed a night.
Shorty gon' bust it for the bank. Shorty gon' bust it for the bands. Shorty gon' bust it for the mans. Like I'm an only fan, yeah. Only fan, yeah. Shorty gon' bust it for the bank. Shorty gon' bust it for the bands. Yeah. Shorty gon' bust it for the mans. Like I'm an only fan,
What a God. Shout out all the gods. And all the goddesses. Yeah, Holly, you know I got you, right?
Yeah, I know.
I love Chris Rich.
If she don't say the God, she ain't saying it right. We check out the telly, we don't stay for the night. We keep going on, we be late for the flight. She said that she loved me to death. We'll take a deep breath, stay away from the light. We used to play tag in the PJs. I had a crush on you during recess. Baby, let's get it like G-Dep. Make it last forever like Keith Sweat. My queen fresh with the jewels. Mean step when she move. Exploring you like the carnival and get you wet like the cruise. You look your best in the nude. Lava lamps at the mood. I turn it off, then I'ma turn you on, girl. You know you like when I ooh. Water, hit me up. They calling my phone, I ain't picking up. Posting pics when we on vacations. I know all your friends are sick of us. We got one life to live, and baby girl, we gon' live it up. That's how we give it up. And this how I picture us, calmly. Vacations under palm trees, Barney. When I'm on the road, she hitting my phone when she want me. But I gotta know, cause I had enough of these thotties. So turn off the lights and let's get it on.
Bitches are sick, I'm his favorite, so he wear me out like it's Louis V's. Hoes hit the curb, park for luxury. Street nigga knew what it came with. Track a mule, line a leg, touchdown. Money flip, he came home rich. I'm not average. Hoes know I don't play about mines, let him be pressed. On their own time, rubber grip if I check them. That's a Nike slide. Bougie and I'm so ghetto. Red lips, virgins, kiss stiletto. Mellow yellow, thick bitch with all the smoke. Hello, 6'9", I'm a water slide. Up and down his face like a water slide. When it's go time, I'm on top. Yikes. That's another ride sport everywhere, just not to get his face down, ass up. You know what it is. Do you wanna get loose? No noose. I gotta grip him down quick. Like, give me my dick, he mad. When I make a buzz quick, grab my hair and throw. Call me his bitch, and I'm with the shit. Broken Q, but it's 5 carat for me. Everybody on that body concluded. Sincerely, now picture us calmly. Vacations under palm trees, yeah, no worries. Holly on the manner, meaning a loyalty. Yeah, on God, they don't play about me. I got us, and where you need to be, this where you need to be, it's where you need to be, on us, yeah, this where you need to be.
Warning. The opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenter in their current state of mind, which they have the right to change at any given moment. The Rant Network and the members of the Ranters Union are not responsible for any claims made. All opinions and train of thoughts are welcomed here and protected by the First Amendment and the Ranters Union. All commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, and or scholarship of copyrighted material is protected by the Fair Use Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Rant Network and the founder of the Ranters Union, Jalogic, aka Mr. M, recommends that you take what is said and do your own research. Read a goddamn book and form your own opinion. Furthermore, listen carefully to the Ranters rant and debate their opinions and form your own conclusion. Thank you for watching this member-supported program, powered by the Ranters Union and produced for the Rant Network. Good day.
Good evening, this is Mr. M, also known as Jalogic, and you're watching the Evening Rant. Today we're going to have a conversation about social responsibility, social norms, and when it's too young to be indoctrinated. And we might have a special guest, but if we don't, you already know we jam-packed full of your favorite panelists. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, everybody sit tight. Get ready for the Evening Rant. I just want to give a couple announcements. Well, a few announcements. Holly on Demand, who you've seen perform in the last 2 videos, will be having an album listening party, a digital album listening party, and she has allowed us to restream it here on the Rant Network, and it will be tomorrow. All right, it will be tomorrow. I believe it's going to be for 4 hours, but we'll probably stream about 2 of those hours, starting at 12 and then coming back again around the 2:00 hour. Who knows? We'll see. We'll get loose. We're gonna have fun with her. So salute to her and her project coming out. Also, I also want to say that I heard is a rumor that Trash Bars is coming back tonight. So we shall see. Hopefully, we will have Trash Bars coming later on tonight. I'm looking forward to that. And also, yes, you heard right. Yesterday was my born day. For those of you who are in the loop, yesterday was my born day. So yes, thank you all who wished me happy birthday on the stream in the chat while we were in J Doug's chat and everything. So like I said, next is the evening rant. So let's get it started. Sit tight, go get your drink. You got about 2 minutes and let's get it.
Warning. The opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenter in their current state of mind, which they have the right to change at any given moment. The iRant Network and the members of the Ranters Union are not responsible for any claims made. Peace. Once again, you're watching the Evening Rant. Good evening. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for pulling up. On the side of me, you see the panelists that I have so far for this evening. Let me get that logo out of Casey's face. So let me just do this right. We got, of course, first lady of the Evening Rant, aka the first lady of the Ranters Union, V Smiles. We have V Smiles on the check. And how you doing today, V?
I'm doing well. Oh, I hear feedback. There we go.
Still hear it?
Good. There we go. I think we're good. I'm doing well. I'm here tonight, here to talk about some shit. So let's get it. I mean, I don't want to say fuck them kids, but you know.
No. Let's take it slow. All right. I don't even know where that came from, but
well, we said social responsibility, right? So we can't say fuck them kids. Like this is a part of us as a people, right? What? Okay, enough. All right, I'm going to go on mute.
All right. Salute to my guy Steph Got Jokes in the building. Steph Got Jokes. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, people? What's going on? Good to be in the building with y'all. Good to be in the house one more time.
That's good to see you. Professor K, also known as Schoolboy. You know what I mean? How you doing?
Salute. I'm good. It's been a day, man. It's been a long week. So I'm glad to be here.
Take it easy. We're gonna take it slow. We're gonna take it slow. We're gonna have a good show. And Tanette, how you doing, sister? How you doing?
Hi, everyone. Happy birthday, Ja.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Real talk, I really do. And how's your week been?
It's been good, busy. I was man down for a minute, but it pulled off good, and I ended my week off well. So I'm doing well.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're doing better.
Thank you.
And of course, live from the Trap House, my man Casey Gain, also known as MC Mighty Casey. What's good, brother? How you doing? Your mic is on Teddy Riley.
Life is good. Y'all are good. Always blessed to be around smart, intelligent Black people and having some really good animated discussions. I've been really doing a lot of research in terms of what's going on in the past, and I'm really looking forward to find ways to present it to people so they can know all these kind of untold stories that have really shaped us. Because not only are they fascinating, they're really important. So hopefully we'll be hearing some Mighty Casey untold stories in the near future.
In the near future, I see it coming. So once again, it's the Evening Rant. I'm your host, Mr. M, also known as Logic. Our special guest did pull up. So let me go ahead and kind of reset the show a little bit. I'm going to pull him in. His camera's not on, but he's here. Let's see if we can do an audio check. Mr. Young Hump, are you with us, sir?
Yo, what's happening?
What's up, brother? How you doing? Good to formally meet you, even though it's virtually.
Likewise. Pardon me for not having camera access. I didn't know, or I wouldn't have been in the room full of all these naked Amazon freaks, which I don't know on camera. I'm sorry.
Hey,
my audio is all fully available to y'all.
All right, so I guess what we could do is, I don't know if you're on your phone or your laptop, but if you could just put a picture there, then I'll just let your avatar rock. How about that?
Let me see how I can do this. This is new technology, but I appreciate y'all for oh, I see how to do it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for helping me step my technology up, because we all need to step up our technology.
Absolutely, and business develops with technology too.
You feel me?
Yeah. So
yes.
Let me see. When you get that picture going, I'm
just selecting the perfect one. I want to make sure I have the proper photo with some proper umph.
You can tell the Amazon, women to put some stickers on their nipples too, and maybe that might work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, all right. So, with that being said, we got we got one news story in particular to talk about. So, before we get to that, let me just go ahead and go through these comments. Brooklyn Honcho says he sounds like Shock G. Well, that is Young Humpty. That is Young Hump. You know what I'm saying? That is Young Hump. And Laura Vell says, happy birthday, Ja. Thank you, brother. Thank you. My guy, Aki Bella, says, I'm high and right on time. In divine timing, SUR. Salute to my guy, Aki Bella. Brooklyn Honcho says, going to make a store run for tonight. All right. That's it. Is Trash Bars coming on tonight, Steph?
Yes, sir. I'm literally working on it as we speak. Make sure, working all the kinks and make sure all the bells and whistles ready.
All right, man. Well, Brooklyn Honcho said he's willing to, pop up on the show. So just let us know if we need somebody. And the Rose Show says definitely feeling the intro. I'm loving the fact that y'all feeling the intro to the show. Thank you so much. Kennedy says nice intro. Salute to my guy Kennedy. You know what I mean? Jersey Jen says happy birthday, big bro. Thank you, my big little sis. Let me see. Kelsey also says happy belated Ja Logic, aka the Overseer. J Doug voice. J Doug did call me an overseer one day. I'm no overseer. You know what I mean? Kelso says the production quality gets better every week. That's a fact. I appreciate y'all. Real talk. I'm not going to go through all of the comments that we missed because we do have a packed show. We got a conversation we need to have. V Smiles.
I just wanted to say happy belated birthday, Logic, as well. I did not get a chance to say that to you. And you humbly called me earlier today, acting like your birthday wasn't even this week. If you were a ghetto hood rep from the hood, I would have known your birthday was today since last week. So shout out to you for being humble on your birthday. And happy birthday to you.
I can be ghetto. I can't be ghetto, and I am from the hood. But You know what I mean? I guess after a certain age, you know what I mean, you don't make a big deal out of it. But I mean, I never really did. I would throw a party, but that would just be an excuse. You know what I'm saying? To get motherfuckers' attention. Like even this birthday, it was an excuse for me to tell people to subscribe to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it's always work. It's always work. So I did what I like to do on my birthday, which is work. You know what I mean? I worked for some clients that paying me more than enough. So that felt real progressive. So I'll say that. Young Hump is still here in the building. Young Hump, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. I was just thinking with birthday, I feel you. I got two modes. Either we going super epic or chilling, doing me personal. There's no in between.
Hey, listen, man. I think in the style of this show, they're gonna want to see you go crazy, but you ain't got your camera on, so maybe you should chill. I don't know. I can't call it. You know what I mean?
I got the avatar on, right?
I'm out the avatar pop. Make the avatar pop right now. Casey,
my picture is competitive.
I'm a huge Brown fan. The passing of Shark G affected me enormously, and I've been trying to find a way to like pay homage. And I've been all over Oakland looking at fast food places. You know what I mean? Because I want to turn the Burger King bathroom where Humpty got busy into a national landmark. You know what I'm saying? Where when you go to the bathroom, you know Humpty got busy in the Burger King bathroom.
What got busy in the Burger King bathroom?
Well, let me give you a jewel. The Burger King bathroom in question is in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, because that's where he. We go see Casey love jumping the gun and acting like this show don't have a moderator. I don't understand. You'll have your chance, brother. You'll have your chance. Let me just put Humpty on the big screen out of respect. Thank you for your time, brother.
It's Peace King. It's Young Hump. It's Young Hump.
Young Hump. Excuse me. You're right.
doubt.
But really quick, let me just introduce you to the panel and then the show and kind of just explain how this is going to go, and then we can make our decision on, which hump you want to give us, right? So, really quick, I'm Mr. M, also known as Jaw Logic. All right. We have spoke, you know what I mean, on Instagram.
Yes,
I want to say thank you to our associate producer, Mr. Jones, who actually set this interview up. Salute to him. That's my guy from my hometown of Far Rockaway. And he also believe
Rockaway.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it. And the young I seen that you follow him, even though I was familiar with you. I seen that you follow him. I said, "Yo, how you know Young Hump?" He broke it down. You know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, we spoke from my business page, which is Rant Podcast Studio. Just so you know, we spoke from that page, and I actually purchased the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? You sent me the link to the mixtape.
Oh, word, my nigga.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? We spoke in that regards, and then that was it. But also I just want to introduce you to the people who are the panelists on the show. The show is a panel discussion. You know what I mean? So I did want to do the first part of the show with a slight interview with you. But if you're willing to kind of go on the panel discussion with us, that'd be really dope. Because I want to first talk to the people on the panel who are artists, and then I want to talk to the people on the panel who are parents in regards to social responsibility. So are you down for the whole show, or are you just coming for the interview? What's your thoughts?
I'm down, but I'm not a parent. So
no, you're gonna be in the artist part, obviously, because we're gonna talk about how
maybe if you're asking me, maybe we could do the because I don't have nothing to contribute for the parent part, but I definitely do for the artist part. And so, but yeah, I'm down.
All right, that's what's up. That's what I was thinking. So let me introduce you to the people who are co-hosts and or panelists of the Evening Rant. We started as a morning show called The Morning Rant, and now we're doing the Evening Rant until we raise the amount we need to come back in the morning. Shameless plug for those of you watching. The link to the Patreon is in the description. So this is V Smiles, former adult star turned adult film producer.
Hey, always been an adult film producer, ex-adult film star, and current website producer as well. So,
right, and all around media producer.
Podcaster.
Hey, let me just throw a quick response. Money B from Digital Underground and Cletus Mack from Digital Underground. They also were adult film producers back in the day. They have 2 DVDs called Sex in the Studio and it's Sex in the Studio. If you can find those DVDs, they're actually hosted by none well, at least partially hosted by none other than Edward Ellington III, aka Mr. Humphreys. So there's definitely Humpty Hump, the original Big Nose rapper, holding a microphone, while in the background there are adult stars getting busy. All kinds of rappers talking about their sex life. It's crazy. So fun fact.
That's what's up.
Nice.
Salute the Money B, who maybe we can get him on her show one day on Vanessa Smile
That
show.
was so dope.
She has a show called Smile 69 Network on the Iran Network.
And that's Money B's Instagram is Money B69. So it's all
Get out of here. Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get that going. You know what I mean? This is, you may remember MC Mighty Casey from his song White Girls on BET Uncut.
Yeah.
He's also an artist. His name is Casey Gain. That's the gentleman who spoke to you earlier.
Respect, dude, with that polo bear on. I see him.
Thank you. So, and I mean, it's a funny story. Like, I was really influenced by, Digital Underground, Humpty Hump, and the personas as like a comedic rapper, along with, Far Side, De La Soul, definitely. Hump and Shock G, both personalities had a big influence on the music. And so I was a little honored. I never heard from Shock G or Humpty Hump, but I know Merz and Hump had that song on BET Uncut a little after my video. And they asked Merz to talk about it, and he really bigged up my shit and said that kind of influenced him to do the video.
Yeah, Merz is
nice
a good brother.
Come full circle.
Yeah, he said Merz was my brother. Yeah, so that's MC Mighty Casey. So obviously he's gonna be part of the artist part of the panel. This is Steph Got Jokes, comedian Steph Got Jokes, the host of Trash Bars. We have another show on this channel where he has people ask people questions about Black culture, and the question with the most amount of points is a trash bar that they will get 500 points for. They have to guess who said the trash bar. That's Steph Got Jokes.
Respect, dude. Peace, baby. What's going on, y'all? Chilling. Yeah.
All right. And then we have Schoolboy, our resident educated nigga from the bank.
Yes, peace. Dude, we need that.
Peace. What's good, young Hump, man? How you been?
Good, man. It's maintaining, man. Glad to be building with y'all beautiful people.
Absolutely.
And lastly but not least, our sister Antoinette, our resident conspiracy theorist. I guess
I'm a parent too.
Nice.
Nice to meet.
And a very pretty lady.
My fault, Antoinette. Guys, say what you was gonna say.
And I said that was to say nice to meet you and thank you.
I was kind of cutting you off. My fault. So I was muted. I was muted because I was going to say, I don't want to make it where she's just a conspiracy theorist, right?
I am. It's okay. I accept it.
She's that too, but she's starting to get the niche up here where people just expect to, hear the latest.
I got a question for the conspiracy theorists. This is the question.
Okay.
Do you indulge in certain words that certain other of our people that have podcasts warn us to not use in videos for fear of our videos being flagged?
I try not to, but that's why we have the disclaimer. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I try not to.
Right. I was watching Lord Jamal yesterday interview Mike Geronimo, and Mike Geronimo said one of those words, and Lord Jamal was like, "Easy, fam. We don't want this to get. Let's not call it that." He said, "Let's refer to it as the Bang Bang Boogie." I was like,
or the jab.
There you go.
I hear you. I feel you.
I want to say something about the term conspiracy theorist because we floated around. But actually, that was a term created by the CIA to cast doubt on people who have rightful assertions about the JFK assassination. It was doing real investigations on it. So they try to make it out like it was a theory rather than the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's when we use this term like theorist, you know what I mean? Like I know Antoinette is a real journalist. I'm a real journalist. And it's interesting not to say certain people, but who don't do research will label people who do research a conspiracy theorist because we actually have facts and develop our own opinions that are different from the norm. You know what I mean? Like everyone think the norm or MSNBC News, if they say Iraq has weapons of mass destruction, that's not a conspiracy theory, or you know what I'm saying? Or if they say, Russia is infiltrating us, that's not a conspiracy theory. But if we say something legit like, yo, the CIA is selling crack in the hood, or yo, I think the FBI killed Martin Luther King, with conspiracy theorists, even though there's mountains and mountains of evidence. I don't, like nobody with any logic or common sense could look at, you know, a lot of this stuff and be like, nah, the CIA ain't never sold no crack, or CIA ain't killed JFK or MLK, or you know what I'm saying, or run drugs or start illegal wars. So that's my feeling on the team conspiracy theorists, and I feel like we should be careful with it because that's what they want us to think. They want us to think like, I think Antoinette is an intelligent black woman who does a lot of own research. I heard her talking about DuckDuckGo. She's dropping facts I don't even know about, and I like to consider myself a big time researcher. So that's how I feel about conspiracy theorists. I'll wrap it up.
Well, I like to flip that around because people use that as a bad term for years, but now they starting to see our theory is coming true. So it's like the N word. So, you know, you flip it around, people have been calling you that to demonize you, but okay, I accept it, but guess what? I'm right. So I don't take that as an insult. It's just, you know, flipping it back on them. But I feel what you're saying, Casey.
But it's a funny thing because the government will tell any black dude in a gang who sell nickel bags about, oh, that's a conspiracy. That's what a RICO is. They hitting little 15-year-old black kids with conspiracy charges. So little 15-year-old black kids selling Nick sacks is conspiring, but the government don't conspire. When we say they have a theory, like they're not trying to do little tricks behind the back, but little kids in the projects is conspiring. Like that's a little crazy, man. Like it's like if we accuse the government of conspiring, we're crazy. But if the government accuses us of conspiring, we go to jail.
Yeah, I think we get it. We get it,
Yeah.
But you know, V.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if you guys are relying on the government to be honest and thorough, you're gonna be sitting there for a long time. When the government says somebody's a conspiracy theorist, they're saying it's a theory because they're saying, I dare you to try to prove me wrong. We're gonna do everything that we have to do to protect the lie, allegedly, or whatever lie they may be lying about. So, yeah.
Hey, rest in peace to Black Rob. You made me think of I dare you against me. That was my jam.
I dare you to bring a conspiracy.
I remember that. That was the era where niggas would have the weird singer dude that would sing weird. There was like that little era where the singer would be like a kind of like an odd dude who sang like kind of. There was like a 2-year period, if y'all remember, because I forget that brother's name. He was special, but it was like
Harv Pierre. But Harv Pierre gave birth to the Akons and T-Pains. You know what I mean? Not that they have funny voices, but they had distinct voices that were a little different. Shout out to Nate Dogg.
Harv Pierre, incredible. Incredible.
And even Big Shot G and Hump with the singing. Beautiful singer on his level too, with a nice little distinct voice outside of the Hump persona.
Oh yeah. Shock was I guess I'm kind of different because I do love them hoes, but maybe not the same way that I love my nigga Rose.
All right. So let me just kind of get the room on one page one more time. You know what I'm saying? Casey, the only thing I would say in regards to the whole conspiracy rant, you just went on a conspiracy theorist rant. I agree with Internet. You know what I mean? It's just a term. At the end of the day, and the way we putting out information, you know what I'm saying? To me, it would behoove you to not try to fight the term down, and you should use the word allegedly when you're talking about things if you wasn't the one who took it to court and proved certain things too, right? Of course, give everybody the information, etc. But certain things, if you're not the one who collected the information or whatever, seen it firsthand, you know what I'm saying? Especially respect people's right on a panel to say allegedly or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and you're doing a broad term when you say like, all right, when we talk about conspiracy theorists, we're not talking about individual theories, right? So you're not going to just say someone who is a truth seeker, everything that they seek is true. You understand what I'm saying? So it's nothing really wrong with the term theory, if you ask me. So that took up a lot of time, but I just wanted to sum it up with that. You know what I mean? And I'm glad Internet doesn't feel offended by that term. And of course, all right, Hump is back. So what I want to do is I want to interview Hump, right? Because we're kind of like a half an hour into the talking part of the show, and we haven't even talked about the topics I put on the table yet. So I want to interview Hump really quick, just to give people familiar with who Young Hump is. You know what I'm saying? And after that, we're going to get right into the panel discussion, which we're going to talk about social responsibility, and we're going to come from an artist point of view, and then we're going to go into a parent's point of view. All right, so really quick, Young Hump. Not really quick. You don't have to sum anything up. Take your time. I got familiar with you in the past year during quarantine, to be honest, right? It's been during the past year, and I booked up on your content via Instagram, and then I followed up and brought the mixtape and seeing the videos. I actually played one of the videos in the beginning of the show. Long Stroke It, that's my shit.
Yes.
So really quick, can you just tell the audience who Young Hump is, and we can address the elephant in the room? Is Young Hump the son of Humpty Hump?
So Young Hump is the Young Hump answered the legacy of prominent nostrils deep in the game. He appeared from a place in which not many could foresee, but the one Shock G, aka Edward Ellington, the Hump. He prognosticated it and created it and suggested it and finessed it. But yeah, basically what it was, we always gotta have fun with it. Basically, to speak with more key neurolinguistics and a more accessible ebonic structure. Basically, what it was, Shock, who everybody learned late in the game is really Humpty Hump, because he's just freaking like that, But he didn't go out of his way to let anybody know that. Deep in the game, them niggas been rocking since '89. Shock came into a place where he decided he wanted to kind of chill and do him, and he really wasn't out there doing performances like that. Him and Money B hadn't rocked together in a while, but then Shock was kind of on his little, he wanted to play piano and do other things. He didn't really want to do the whole thing, but basically, me, whenever I tell the story, it's like, how do I start it? But basically, in attempts to play him in the movie, the All Eyes on Me movie, I played him in the All Eyes on Me movie. So when I put together my little reel of me being Shock G, actually the way I did the reel was I did it where in my limited thinking at the time, I thought when they made the Tupac movie, they might just skip right through it and just have like a little scene with the Humpty. So I made a reel that was like me. Like, let's say if the reel was 3 minutes long, it was like, no, the reel was 2 minutes long. It was like a minute and a half was Humpty, and then 30 seconds was Shock. So
right.
I caught up with Shock, showed him. I'm gonna speed this up. I just certain parts I got to go into the detail.
You definitely don't have to speed it up.
Okay.
Take your time, brother.
Okay. So basically, because I didn't have no agent, no manager. I'm just a slim nigga that people said from time to time had reminded them of Shock. So I was like, all right, cool. So I put together the film. I caught up with Shock, showed it to him. He was like, yo, you got it. So I'm over here still trying to finesse, because like it was just me with no kind of like I said, no agent, no representation. I'm just in these streets, nigga, trying to find a fucking door to knock on. But so Shock was like, yeah, you got it. But it was just his opinion. So then, like, maybe we already had numbers at this point, blah blah blah. There's a backstory to that, but I ain't gonna go through all of that right now. But basically, so then, like, maybe I don't know, a year later, some shit, 6 months later, he hits me. He's like, yo, you should perform with Money B. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm with it. He hits Money B, but Money B didn't know who I was, so nothing really happened. I don't meet Money B then for probably 2 years later. I meet him at a Tupac exhibit at the Grammy Museum.
Right.
And I meet him, and he's looking at. We always tell this story in interviews because it's funny. Because see, Shock, the thing a lot of people didn't know, but it makes sense. So Shock was a prankster. Shock could pull pranks. So Mun thought like I was the Trojan horse or some shit. Like he was sending them some weird nigga. Like he didn't know at first. Like, is this guy sending me some weirdo nigga to be on some goofy shit? But eventually, Mun gave me a shot, and we clicked immediately. So I started performing with Money B, as so it'd be like Money B featuring Humpty Hump. Now this is where I'm gonna prove everybody knows the G and Shock G is for genius. But as I always like to point out, it's really for generosity, because this is a rare story you're ever going to hear right here. Like, you ain't going to hear this story too many times in life. So, you know how when you book shows, you can't be in the same area within 30 days for contractual shit. So Shock had a show we did a show in San Francisco, and Shock had a show in like Santa Fe or somewhere that was within the distance, like 3 days later, and it was a contractual issue. So I remember when it happened, I was like, "Fuck, there it went. It was fun while it lasted because we fucking with Shock's money." So he's
Right.
gonna be like, but Shock was like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need that show. Y'all had a show. That's y'all." And I was like, "Word." But then he was like, "This is what you got to do, though." He was like, "You got to create your own character name, so it's different because if it's Humpty Hump and it's Shock G as Humpty Hump, and then it's Money B with Humpty Hump, therein lies the problem." But he's like, if you make your own character, he's like, come with a name. So I was like, okay. So I came with Young Hump, and ever since then there was no any kind of issues like that. But just I always point that out because the average motherfucker would be like, look, this shit ain't gonna work, nigga. I'm losing some money or whatever, nigga. It ain't gonna work. You know, he wasn't like that. So anyways, and then I ended up getting the opportunity to play him in the movie. So then that just took it to a whole other level. And then, because then that took it into a deeper level of him mentoring me specifically, you know what I mean? Like from everything to like how to make the noses from scratch. Like, because Shock, thing about Shock, a lot of people don't know is Shock is one of the most detailed entry. He's a Virgo. He's one of the most detailed. And I'm a Virgo, and Money B's a Virgo, and Sophia's a Virgo, and Cletus Mack is a Virgo, and Ton Teezy's a Virgo. And he like Digital Underground is low key like pretty much all Virgos except for Tupac is a Gemini and DJ Fuse. I forget his sign. But anyways, it's hella Money B, Shock G, myself, and Sophia. I mean, and Cletus Mack. I mean, forget about it. So so anyways, all that to say, he just mentored me, and then he was like, he kept it going, like, yeah, you know, y'all doing shows, but you know, you should record some music as Young Hump and like, you know, do some shit. And I was like, all right. So what's crazy is for all the goofy motherfuckers out there to pop up on my page with the whole shit, I always hit them with like, what, do you think I just decided to do this and I just gangstered Shock's material and just running around doing me? Like, no, this was this man's idea. Like, this was his idea for me to perform those songs, and it was his idea for me to make original music. I was just trying to play the nigga in the movie. I wasn't thinking, yo, by the way, can I get on stage and do your songs and walk away with the bread? That wasn't fucking my idea. But people are dumb. You know, I mean, you know how it goes a lot. And also, in all fairness, some people, it's not even necessarily that they're dumb. They just look at it, they don't understand, and they might have so much going on, they don't have the time to really sit and think the shit through. So I get it. People crazy, you know, whatever. And then people popping up in 2020 already stressed. Some people look. So anyways, all those people, but I get a little bit of that. But the beautiful thing about Shock was he sent me videos of him like co-signing, explaining that he had to put other people in check to a degree to let them know, like, nah, this the nigga. Like, I chose him. He's solid. He's a musician. And so, and then to add another fact to it, and I'll just end it with this to answer your question. I'm actually the seventh Hump. And because really what it was, because his brother Kent, you know, actually Money B, I believe and then I don't know, it might have, no, it didn't air yesterday. Money B has a show called The Going Way Back Show. If y'all check it out, it's amazing. Some of the best interviews because Money B knows everybody in the game and everybody fuck with him in a real way.
He interviewed one of my guys, still from Smith and Wesson recently.
Exactly. So you already know. So like he had that relationship. So he did an interview with Kent, who's Shock's brother, and myself, and about like what it was like to be Humpty under Shock's kind of like, you know, guidance. When you look at like the videos where it's the two of them at the same time, not so much the first video, but you look at like when they're together, like we're all in the same gang, or you watch the Arsenio Hall performance, the legendary shit. It's his brother, and even on the cover of the greatest hits, it's his brother with that big smile. But there are a few other people that did it once or twice, but I'm actually the only one who really did it like consecutively touring, like like I did it the most on stage, you know what I mean? Like particularly actually rapping the parts, like even in the movie, that's me. All right, stop what you do. That's my voice. Whereas some people really didn't have the voice down, but they might have been able to pull off the look. So Shock was a genius, man. He was a true visionary and a true genius, because that ain't easy to fool people and some shit for fucking some motherfuckers that still aren't really clear that it was him. I mean, now it's very few people that aren't. But it was motherfucker, you know what I mean? So yeah, Shock, man, something else, man, something else.
I'll say that I used to watch Pump It Up with Sister D, And I was maybe
Yeah.
13, 14 years old, and it must have been Kent because I've been trying to figure out who it was. But I was kind of convinced that they were two separate people because of, like, you know, Sister D was interviewing Shock G, and Humpty Hump just pulled up. And now I'm saying it's the brother Kent because there were definitely similar physical features. So they definitely
Exactly.
had me fooled as a 13, 14-year-old, and I enjoy the mystery of it. You know, you don't really get too much of that in rap too anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I was saying that when you see the movie Goodfellas, there's a part in Goodfellas where they're talking about that big, like, airport robbery they did, and they're like, we pulled off the great Lufthansa heist, the great Lufthansa heist, which was the greatest heist in all of, you know, like airport history or whatever. It's like low key, that's what the Humpty Hump shit was. Like the nigga was like the greatest thing they pulled over on motherfuckers in music. Forget about just hip hop. Like find another thing, because niggas knew off rip that, you know, MF Doom had other people, you know what I mean? I wasn't fooled. I know how Doom moves his body, you know what I mean? And certain things like that. But anyways, it's like the Humpty shit was just so like crazy that he pulled it off for so long. And what Kent explains in detail, but I'll just give you a quick one in case y'all don't see it, was like he was so ahead of things thinking. Like he was, because Shock is just a brilliant mind. Like he's just a brilliant mind. So he was so smart, he could see potential problems with that shit. So like Kent says, like when they did the Arsenio Hall show, like he says they're walking up, and as they're walking up, like there's, you know, like 10, 12 rappers, and Shock is in his, so Kent is dressed as Humpty and Shock is dressed as Shock. So as they're walking up and they seeing, like, you know, 10, 12 motherfuckers standing there, and like but they're walking up, there's like still a little, you know, space between them and them. Shock in his ear, like, okay, that's MC Light. The last time we seen her, we was over there at the Gavin convention. Okay, that's Ice-T. We seen him about a month ago in Cali at the da-da-da. Okay, over there, that's DOS Effects. We never met them niggas. You know what I mean? Like, just giving the, you know, setting the plays. I mean, just to even be that ill, like, so he always made sure that whoever was playing Humpty was in pocket, like, and never was out of information, where so the gag was always upheld. He's fucking genius.
That's super dope, and I enjoyed that backstory. You know what I mean? I know you spoke about people who would try to like naysay the whole idea of Young Hump. I never looked at it like that from jump. I think my main questioning was, is it his son? You know what I mean?
Oh, yo, you asked me. Oh, yeah. No. I got my own daddy, and he did his own good job raising me. And Shock is, you know, Shock is big bro. But the funny thing is, but I'm not gonna get all into the particulars of it. But actually, the funny shit is, my father knew Shock G before I did, which is random. And so there's some deeper family history, which is revealed, which is revealed in that Money B interview. So if y'all check that, we get into that a little bit.
No doubt. I said, you know, random but divine. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it's kind of divine. Some things were meant to be. So to me, it makes sense for certain characters that we love and artists to live on. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's through their bloodline or whether they pick somebody. You know what I mean? Especially in hip hop, you see it all the time in other genres, but you don't really see it in hip hop as much. And I think we should embrace that if we really call it a culture. We really love our culture.
You know, you're so right, because one of the realest things that Shock ever said to me, which was the gift of gifts. Talk about the gift that keeps giving. Like, I remember when it was preparing to do the movie, he said, listen, remember something. He said, you're not Humpty Hump. I'm not Humpty Hump either. Humpty Hump is a character that I created. So when you be Humpty Hump, you are Humpty Hump. And I was like, oh shit. Because, you know, I was like, damn, like, and that shit took the pressure. Like, you know, Greg Jacobs is not Humpty Hump. Shock G is not Humpty Hump. Humpty Hump is the man that's wearing the nose, that's in position with the proper tutelage and foundational information, classically trained in the ways of humpadelics. That's what Humpty Hump is. Or Young Hump is Young Hump. Like, I might choose to one day pass my motherfucking nostrils over to somebody else. I mean, you never know. You know what I mean? We keep it going. And
I hope you do. I hope you do. For one, I hope you do.
Yeah, because the hump shit, it's fun, man. It's fun. It's just so much fun. We, like you said, we need more of that fun energy. You know what I mean? Because that's the ill shit. I was talking to, we was talking about it. It's like, not everybody was rocking with a lot of like what would get lumped into like the sillier stuff, right? Like a lot of the hard rock niggas, the gangster niggas, wasn't really fucking with a lot of that shit, but everybody fucked with Humpty Hump. Like everybody fucked with. Nobody here knows a nigga that wasn't like, oh, that shit is no, because this shit was too funky. The raps was too cold. The shit was freaky. It was sexy. It was all that shit. It was fun. It was just refreshing. It wasn't like, some people wasn't rocking with some of the other joke, silly kind of like fun shit at that time, 89, 90 and shit. But everybody fuck with Humpty, and still to this day,
That's a fact. And what I would like to do, speaking of that, I have a couple fun facts that I think will help us transition the conversation. And just a couple things I think you should know. I think you'll get a kick out of. One of them, which I said on Instagram before, and which when Shock G was still alive, which brings me to my first point, which is what I want to say is I didn't get a chance to say it since the beginning of the show. Rest in peace to Shock G. You know what I mean? First and foremost. Yes. Rest in peace to Shock G before we get into more of that. And I'm glad that him being the genius he was, he had the foresight to see that he left us with Hump still, and Hump can still live on, etc. Right? But once again, I think it's dope that you were doing Young Hump.
Thank you, Ken.
I think it's dope that he chose you. You know what I mean? I thought it was genius that he chose you. And your story is really inspirational because I feel like, and more than inspirational, is almost like a dream of a lot of people, right? So a lot of people who probably can't handle it want to be like or close to or be on the stage with their favorite artist, more or less get to perform their songs for them. You know what I'm saying? That's like karaoke to the 100th power, right? Like, motherfuckers will love for their favorite artist to pass them the mic during the show so they could get a verse off, right? So that's super amazing that he but I feel like he chose the right person for the job. You know what I'm saying? But how he chose you and you sending him the footage for the film to be in the film and end up playing him in the film, I just think first, I think I should just throw out there. I did go for Ice Cube in NWA film to be in the NWA film.
Nice.
It didn't get chose, obviously.
Hey, you know what though? Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I went for Yella.
Yo, I
didn't get chose. You know what? Certain shit is cut out for you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm looking at you. You can fuck around and play Bumpy Knuckles in the some shit. You know, like. I mean, we all certain shit is chose for us. Like you see the movie, you're like, yo, that man was for that. No, that man was for that.
And sometimes you think you chose for something and you're not, and then you chose for something greater, right? So I feel you on what you're saying. So I feel like you definitely were chose for that. Like I see it. You feel me? I feel that energy. You know what I mean? Even when I, see your music, listen to your music, watch your videos, and even just experience you on Instagram, right? But really quick, also another sidebar, right? So what I started to tell you on Instagram, which I think I can say now, and we'll just blame it on Humpty Hump, you know what I'm saying? Which is, do you remember somebody telling you that they have a story of seeing Young Hump when he was a child in Far Rockaway, putting in that work, I'll just say. Do you remember that?
I do. And I was like, Far Rockaway? That wasn't me.
No, but not Young Hump. Sorry, Humpty Hump.
Oh, that's right. Yo, you know what's crazy? That's crazy you say that. That was you. You about to tell me this? Yo, because that's the thing, Shock. Yo, and they talk about it in the thing with Money B, like Far Rockaway, and it Kent talks about Far, because see, Shock was born in Brooklyn, but his New York ties is really, really in Queens.
In Far Rockaway.
So whenever he go to New York, it was a Queens thing, and that was how he was moving. You know what I mean? Tampa's his real like city where he grew up, because when he first moved to Tampa, I forget the exact timeline, but he was
like a teenager, I believe.
Yeah, like all his early beginnings with music are Tampa, and he lived the last 8 years of like Tampa. He's a Tampa guy, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but in New York, he's Queen.
He's Far Rock. Yeah.
So tell me the story. I got to hear this. Was he busting guns? What was he doing?
Yo, so Far Rock is Queens technically, but culturally is not really Queens. You know what I'm saying? And V, because she's shaking her head, she can attest to that. If you want to say anything, V.
I just want to say Far Rock is not Queens. It's a dead man's land, and it's only one way in and one way out.
Now, when you say a dead man's land, tell me more about that.
Well, I really meant to say no man's land because of the beach.
No man's land.
No man. That's what I really meant to say. No man's land, like where it's just completely deserted. It's just it is still a part of New York City, but most people don't frequent there, even if they're trying to go to the beach. Like they'll sacrifice their life going to Coney Island before they go to.
V kind of had it right the first time. You know what I'm saying? But in the late 90s, and I mean the early 90s, late 80s, even well into the 90s, it was definitely a lot of gunplay in Rockaway. You know what I'm saying? But my first shootout I ever saw, it was about my birthday is yesterday, so I guess I can do the math. It was about 30 years ago. I wanted the year Kiss Me and I Kiss You came back. Let me real quick. Kiss Me and I'll Kiss You Back came out by Digital Underground. And what year was this?
92 or 93.
Thank you, sir. Exactly. Right. So around those years, when leading up to the actual release of that project, they were promoting that project in Far Rockaway. You know what I mean? Now, me, a young poor dude, I don't have cable in the house. The only way for me to see cable is to go to the community center, and that shit might be playing on in the background or at somebody's house. That was the only way I could see music videos at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, and so around that time, I was familiar with Digital Underground, but I wasn't familiar. You follow what I'm saying? Like I wasn't watching music videos avidly like how maybe Mighty Casey was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that luxury. You know what I'm saying? I had to like listen to a Walkman, and whatever Hot 97 was playing was pretty much my history on music, right? So I knew who it was and I knew some of the music, but I didn't know who he was like that. So I'm gonna try to speed it forward a little bit. So I remember going to see the homie before we was able to go to one of the community centers. And in 91, I would have been about 8. So I am right. This is about 30 years ago upon the release of Kiss Me and I Kiss You Back. And I remember them handing out the records in the hood. I kept this record my whole youth. I think my mother threw it out when I moved out because I didn't take it with me. You know what I mean? Which I'm tight about. But my whole youth, I kept these records. I'm no fucking DJ. I don't spin records, but I got some free shit in the hood, which was 2 Digital Underground records from Tommy Boy in that year. Now I didn't put 2 and 2 together till years later. So follow me, right? So you all right? So so around that same year when I got the record, around that same time, on 56th Street in Far Rockaway, I was on my way to my homeboy's house to say, come downstairs so we can go to the local community center or whatever. And I seen a dude with a dog that reminded me of Homeboy on TV. That's all it registered in my mind is this guy reminds me of dude on TV. Who I'm thinking of is Humpy Hump. I'm talking about with the nose, the fucking hat, the fucking fur, the joke. You see what I'm saying? Dressed like the whole Humpty. You understand me? I didn't see a shock Jeep. You follow me? I seen the guy that reminded me of, and I didn't know it was 2 different people at the time neither, because I barely knew what I knew. You follow me?
Right.
But he reminded me of that guy on TV. I left it at that. He was looking like he was looking for something. I never seen this man in my hood before. Never seen him again. Right? He looked like he was looking for somebody. He walks past me, keep it going. I'm still waiting for my mans to come downstairs. Next thing you know, I hear shots ring out, and I see 2 dark-skinned dudes with no shirt on running, turning around, shooting behind them. And I see that same Humpty Hump lookalike running down with the dog and busting at both of them. You know what I'm saying? He's busting at two niggas at the same. They busting back now. He busting and they run right past me. This is my first physical, like I'm seeing it. Like I heard shootouts every night up until this moment. But this is my first daytime action that I'm witnessing in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So he's chasing the 2 dudes. He busting at them, and they run all the way clear down the block from Edgemere past Auburn, where I'm from, towards Ocean Village. Run straight down the block. I never seen dude again. But in the back of my mind, growing up, I always was like, yo, my first shootout. Like my first shootout that I saw, it just never. I could never shake the image. You follow me, young Hump?
Yeah, like it's one thing to see a shootout at 9. It's another thing to see a nigga with the nose on and probably some exotic clothing to go with it.
And the
And
exotic
that's
dog,
amazing.
nigga. And the exotic dog, nigga. The dog was probably like a German Shepherd or some crazy shit. Run it down.
I mean, I could say this. I can't rule it out as a possibility. I'm not doubting your word. You know, I mean, and Shock has his ties in Queens. You never know, man.
No. Gotta stop you right there, young Hump. I gotta stop you right there. He has his ties in Far Rockaway.
Yeah, there you go.
People
Right. Yeah, let me be specific.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody,
Yeah.
even Queens don't come too Far Rockaway. You follow what I'm saying to you?
Right.
And I had the records. I didn't remember why I had them. I knew who they were because growing up, I would later put 2 and 2 together. Oh, I got their records. That's the same dude. Did you know what I'm saying? And then I put them together. Okay, it was Humpty Hump looking. It was a Humpty Hump looking nigga. So I always tell the story. This Humpty Hump nigga, this nigga that looked like Humpty Hump, was shooting at these 2 niggas. You know what I mean? A block away from where I live or whatever.
Yeah, I remember getting that message from you and looking at it like
huh?
Word? Like word?
Right.
But
hold on, it gets deeper. This is how I put 2 and 2 together though, because now I'm convinced it was him, bro. I never knew Humpty Hump was from Far Rockaway. You follow me? I had to put all this shit together, bro. I didn't know that this nigga even lived in Rockaway. You follow me? So years later, I'm telling the story to one of my mans.
I think it was pardon me. I think it was his aunt. I think that lived there. I could be wrong, but
they lived there for a good amount of teenage years in the 40s, in what we call the 40s over there. What I found later, right?
What year were you saying again? 92, 93? What year did Park get stuck up?
Hold on, Casey. Let me finish my story. I'll answer any question, but give me a second, bro. So years later, I tell the homie the story, and he's like, "Yo, I was working with this old head at my job, and he said Humpty Hump was from Far Rockaway." Matter of fact, he said that in my story. I said, "Nigga, before I even looked it up, I said he is from Rockaway, nigga." That's when it clicked in my head. I did see this nigga, to me at least, and now I can say that because he's passed away. You know, they can't do nothing to my man, right? But I'm like, yo, he is, bro. He is. He gotta be because you would know if niggas in my hood. You just said something earlier. You just said niggas in the street, like real street niggas, wasn't necessarily jacking the Humpty Hump thing, but they loved the Humpty Hump thing. Like we'll listen to the song, but you niggas wasn't necessarily dressing like Humpty Hump.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But they was just fucking with it energetically.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I never seen a nigga before or after imitate Humpty Hump in my
Right. Yeah, you didn't see niggas bailing with the nose on. Like, let me just go to the
never, nigga, never, except for that one time, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think on some real like serendipitous, just extra out shit. The Lord just said, "Look, I'm gonna get his brother. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get his brother a sight to behold." Because there's certain things you see, like you obviously one of the chosen ones. So when you're one of the chosen ones, sometimes you get to see things that you almost question. It's like you know what you saw, but you almost question it because it's so phantasmical that you're like, how could I have seen that? Like, how could the first shootout I see be Humpty Hump, who in your mind at the time, I mean, maybe not that day, but as you kind of grew a little bit, was like, this a babe, this a West Coast nigga. Like, what the fuck is he doing out here? And if I'm gonna see him, I'm seeing him shooting at somebody and 2 niggas. Like, it's the weirdest shit, but it's funny because Shock lived such a unique life, and you know, it wasn't all games and jokes and haha. You know, he you know, I mean, you listen to the song. If you really want to, you know what? If you maybe want to get another perspective on it, there's a song called "It's a Good Thing That We're Rapping." That song, he's like, it's a good thing that we're rapping because if not, we'd be macking. And he talk about his life in the streets. Like that's Humpty Hump talking about his street life. It ain't no motherfucking biscuits and motherfucking fat girl hello in that song. He's talking about burners and goddamn niggas with problems. So it's like that's, you know what I mean? So he's no stranger to that side of things. So so there are a lot. I'll just say this because obviously I wasn't there. It's like it, but there's a lot of facts that support a very strong argument that what you what your mind tells you saw is exactly what you saw, you know, because that sounds pretty thorough to me. I mean, like you said, it's like I'm an LA nigga, so if a motherfucker said, yeah, you know, I seen this boy out in Riverside. You know what I mean? It's like Riverside is not the place that people pull up to unless they, you know, out in Riverside. You know what I mean? Like it's, I mean, and that might not even be as good of an example. Some LA motherfucker in the chat room be like, well, but anyways, to your point, you know, that's interesting. I'm a inquire with a couple
Listen,
of brothers.
please do. But you know, I like you said, I do believe I'm chosen. Like I met plenty of people I grew up looking up to. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Money B interviewed one of my close homies who I grew up looking at on TV, which is still from Smith and Wesson. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like, I think it was meant for me to validate. I think it was meant for me to validate that he is a Far Rock nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's why it was meant for me to see that, because I never. And then after that, I did my Googles. And that's when I realized this nigga really was in Rockaway in his teens before he went to Tampa and then before he went to the Bay. And Far Rock, you grow up fast. You grow up fast. So it really it makes sense to me that when he come back to New York, he will want to tap in over there. But that story also makes sense to me on why he probably wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But also makes sense to me of why I got those fucking records. Like, I never seen promotional music come through the hood. The only time that came through the hood was Digital Underground. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's a super bar right there. Like, he was like, "Those is my peoples out there. We got to swing it over there." Right? Right. See, there you go. I see. That's a real little specific point to be underlined. Like, nigga, understand me. It wasn't like every week the loud truck was here, nigga.
Right? Not at all. Not at all. And they not going. They not coming either. So the nigga, somebody had to say, no, we gotta go to Far Rockaway for that hag to come to Far Rockaway. Somebody
because Mon will tell you in a minute. Every time it was in New York, he was swinging to Queens. He wasn't swinging to Brooklyn like that because that wasn't where his shit was in Queens. And so then when they connected, however they connected with Stretch and all them, you know what I mean, and Majesty and all them, like that's some Queens shit. So you know they rock with Queens. They rock with Queens the long way. I mean, same shit with Organized Confusion. You know, Money B was real tight with Organized Confusion, so a lot of Queens action going over there. That's dope. Queens is just so you know, I ain't saying this on your platform, but Queens is my favorite borough. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, I'm a Wu-Tang nigga, so Staten Island is the island, but Queens is I fucks with Queens. I mean,
Far Rockaway got a deep Wu-Tang history too, so I'll tell you about that behind the scenes. But rest in peace,
we're gonna build
rest in peace to Lord Superb. I'll just say that.
Oh man, what you know, man, Lord Superb, exactly. I know. So they get these big niggas off me, man. Woodrow the bass head, yo. I know about Lord Superb.
Lord Superb is from Far Rockaway.
Yeah, I if you'd asked me, I'd have told you that I know that. I've watched about 4 or 5 Lord Superb Doggy Diamond interviews. Like you fucking with the right nigga. I know my shit. That's dope. Yeah, we're gonna build.
Yeah. Casey, go ahead, Casey.
I mean, I was just knocking conspiracy theories, but we were talking about like, I'm wondering who was shooting the shot. He don't seem like a person who was getting any type of wild beef. But if it was 93, 94, that was around the time Pac got shot. And if, like you was just saying, if Shock was running with Stretch and Majesty and them dudes, Stretch and Majesty was the people who was involved in the Tupac shooting. Both of them was there. Majesty spoke out about it recently, said, like disclaiming what came.
Warning. The opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenter in their current state of mind, which they have the right to change at any given moment. The iRant Network and the members of the Ranters Union are not responsible for any claims made. All opinions and train of thoughts are welcomed here and protected by the First Amendment and the Ranters Union.
Yo, was that technical difficulty?
I have no evidence behind it.
That was.
Hey, was that technical difficulties? Because on my end, as soon as you started saying that shit, the shit popped up like warning, adult content. I was like, oh shit. So I missed anything that was said. I don't know. Did y'all have technical difficulties, or was that just my end?
That happened.
That's my disclaimer. That's my disclaimer for
Oh,
the show.
smart. Yeah, exactly. Because all that stuff gets weirdo, man. Peace to those brothers, man. Rest in peace to Shock G. Rest in peace to Stretch. Rest in peace to Machiavelli the Don. Shout out to Majesty and all them brothers and
Absolutely.
everybody that was here and came through to make it funky and get busy on the music tip and prosper in their unique worlds.
Yeah, man. I definitely salute to Tupac, man. He's Gemini like myself. He was real cool with the guys that I told you I became cool with, which is Smith and Wesson. Salute to them. Me and Tech from Smith and Wesson actually got the same exact birthday. So happy birthday to him. His birthday was yesterday.
Smokey Lie. Yo, you know what I was thinking about him? He's a legend because he revealed that he don't smoke weed no more.
Yes.
And I was like, that's big because a lot of niggas don't really like have the heart to be like, yeah. I mean, like, for example, Numbskull from the Loonies. He don't smoke weed no more, too. It's like sometimes be like, you know, like leave shit alone, even though you might be I mean, it was Cocoa Bees. From,
yeah.
You know, they was them boys. I mean, his whole shit was every verse of his was talking about I'm twisting up the
chocolate tire from Mother Gaston, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it's salute to that because it takes a lot of courage. It's one thing to just be a person, but when you're an artist associated with something like that and it's all in your lyrics and everybody's singing every time they see you and you got to be like, yeah, fam, I don't even do that no more. I'm on a different vibe. Salute to that, man. I never met him, but always.
That's my brother, man, and I'm sure you'll meet him sooner than later, man. Like I said, we got the same born day, and I just find it interesting that the same circles I run in the industry ran with Pac. You know what I mean? Which regards Smith and Wesson and a few others, and then it's interesting how Pac, you know what I'm saying, not only lived in New York, lived in Baltimore, then the Bay Area. Shock G was from Far Rockaway, then Tampa, then the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, here's the science. What's crazy, no one know, is basically Digital Underground is basically East Coast brothers that came to the West. So Shock didn't really settle down. He was in LA briefly early on, but he really didn't settle down in LA until he was like 20. I mean, excuse me, I'm sorry. He didn't settle down in the Bay until he was 23. You know what I mean? Pac came out here, I believe he was 16, 15. I mean, came to the Bay, 15, 16. Money B is from Philly. But see, Mun moved to the Bay. He was in Oakland at 3 years old. But still, he's born and his parents are from Philly, like my parents. Fun fact. We both Virgos and our parents are from Philly. But so that's what's interesting. Like DJ Fuse is from Sacktown, and the rest of the Digital Underground family is Bay Area, Cali, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's an interesting fun fact that people don't know, which I think personally added a great deal to their universality because they had different flavors, and especially at that time, like now, music is all homogenized, so people don't even really like understand what that shit even really means. But in those days, early 90s, because really they first dropped their shit in 89, but let's just say early 90s, it's like at that time what New York shit sounded like compared to what Bay Area shit sounded like. I mean, it couldn't be any fucking more different, really. You know what I mean? At that point, like, a few years earlier when it was just 808s, okay, it was a little more whatever. But the point is, at that point, so they had all that shit stewed up in the pot. That's why Oregano Flow is the illest song, because with just a touch of oregano, like they had all the different ingredients in their shit that made it like unique,
So what I want to say, and then I'll wrap it there, and then we'll get to our one news story for the day, which leads to our panel discussion. And I'm salute to everybody in the chat. My fault I haven't been reading all of the chats, but I definitely didn't want to disrespect our guest and interrupt him. He's been dropping some jewels on us. If you're a historian of music, you know what I mean? You definitely heard all of the jewels being dropped. But yeah, I was going to say that I actually moved from Far Rockaway, then Brooklyn, then briefly Baltimore to the Bay. And I lived in
nice, okay.
Yeah, I lived in the Bay for six and some change years, you know what I'm saying, before I moved back to New York where I'm at now. So so I feel definitely chosen in that way, where I got the experience, you know what I'm saying? These different living environments, you dig? So
yeah, and the Bay is a special place. A lot of people don't know how the Bay is arguably the most uncelebrated region of rap, because the influence that it has on the game but everybody just talk really just everybody really initially it was just New York, LA, New York, LA. Then motherfuckers, on the East Coast, they bring Philly into the conversation. They might bring in, but really worldwide, it's New York, LA, New York, LA. Then Atlanta came in and really said, nigga, we here too. And so the average, the surface level hip hop conversations that regular people that don't really study this thing have, they just leave it at that. But they don't realize that the Bay is, anyways, you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I totally know from firsthand experience. And when I got out there, I tapped in, got in touch with the culture, you know what I'm saying, even more so than I could have from the outside looking in. And, I was like, damn, niggas be stealing the base shit all the time. All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that till I went out there and tapped in though. You feel me? So I feel privileged to kind of see Marin County, you know what I mean, that had lived in Oakland. I see all this shit firsthand. And of course, salute to LA too, you know what I'm saying? But I consider myself my second home to be the Bay Area now. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to Cali in general. And that connection, that whole connection.
Yes,
so
sir.
before we go to this story, which we have a nice packed panel of 6 people, which is where I like it. At that number anyway. I'm gonna give Casey, our other hip hop aficionado on the panel, just a minute to ask one last question to Young Hump before we get into this actual topic. Casey, your mic is on Teddy Riley.
So you said that like Hump kind of created a character who you could kind of play, and I feel like you kind of hopped into that character do you have any previous experience in hip hop, and how did you kind of like, what did you do to become Hump? Like, did you study? Was it natural? Was you use your thespian abilities or your hip hop abilities? Because I really like that the video with Money B, that with the slow stroking, that shit was really dope, and it felt like it could have been Hump. Like if I would have heard it on the radio, I would have thought it was Hump.
Yeah. All right, my brother, I appreciate that. And yo, if you ain't seen the video we got with Too Short, that's my favorite. We got one with Too Short called Come Here, and that shit. I love slow stroking, but Come Here, that's the one. That shit go hard. The mechanics on the beat, forget about it. But I'll say this to answer your question. No, I'm a lifetime rapping ass hip hop scholar nigga. Like I, in my other existence, so to speak, without the nostrils being so shiny, I've been rapping forever. So it's like I wasn't, the acting thing, everybody, yeah, I'd love to be in a movie one day, but I wasn't even pushing the line for that. I had never even auditioned for nothing ever in my life before All Eyes on Me, which is a crazy story in itself. And but I was gonna say, as to answer your question, yeah, so I've been rapping forever, so I had all the, and not to sit here and toot my own shit too hard, but it isn't just like, okay, I'm dope, but like I come from like, a family of, high-powered musicians. So my understanding and my approach philosophically to what I do prepared me more than the average person. What I mean specifically by that is this: like, it's a lot of niggas that rap, but like, I'm one of the motherfuckers that like I treat that shit like the way musicians, practice scales. Like, you're not really gonna think of an MC exercise that I haven't done, extensively. I've sat in the chair and freestyled for 7 hours straight. I've listened to songs on the radio, and every time the verse ends, I freestyle off the last rhyme just to keep it going. So the reason why I'm telling you all that is it created this super high aptitude that allowed me to be like, I could be on stage in the middle of the show and not have even thought about it. And let's say we be in Little Rock, I just catch it in real time. I once got busy in a Little Rock bathroom and everybody's like, ah! Like, I've only said Burger King on stage maybe once because we were in some weird city that the name was hard to pronounce and no one really gave a fuck. It was just like a weird, I forget it was out of, anyways, point is, so I have all those MC chops. And as Shock told me, like, for example, his brother Kent is not an MC. So, the Humpty dance, everybody listens to it and it's so fun and it's so like, oh, that's great. But when you actually study the song, it's one of the hardest songs to rap live because of the. I mean, when that nigga says, "Oh yes, ladies, I'm really being sincere because in a 69 my Humpty nose will tickle your red. My nose is big." That shit ain't easy. I make it sound easy, but you take a motherfucker that don't rap just to have the ability to you know, that's not an easy thing to be saying that shit loud while you're on stage jumping around dancing and you've already done 20 other songs and you're, you know what I mean, like, so I just, that's the crazy shit, was like Shock, to get to the first part of your question, I believe, or whatever, was that Shock was so ill because it was like he had the illest, like, psychic knowledge that I was the guy for. And I mean, it's me, so I feel weird to say it like that, but like, you know, get Money B, get Cletus, get all of them, and they will say this nigga they'll tell you that they couldn't have picked a better motherfucker because I could do the voice. I mean, Shock told me that I was the only, this is Shock's words. He told me I was the only person ever that could do the voice, but do the rapping with the voice, had the look, and had the stage presence. You had people that had the stage presence, but their Humpty voice wasn't quite what it needed to be, and maybe they didn't rap like that. You had motherfuckers that rap, but they couldn't really get the voice like that. So, I mean, he told me at one point, they was doing shit. This shit is so crazy. Like, he would come out with, like at one point when they would come out and do, the first song would be same song, right? So Shock come in, I came to the party to get naughty, get my raps on, eat popcorn, hip hop, champagne in my hand, won't be long till I'm gone. It's just the same old song. And then Hump comes in, it's just a freestyle, meanwhile the beat to keep kicking. So what he would do is, he would come out with the wireless mic, Shock, rapping that part. And then at the very end of the line, champagne in my hand, it won't be long. And then he would turn his back to the crowd till I'm gone and start walking away. It's just the same old song. And then the Humpty nigga would come out, but the Humpty nigga had a dead mic. So Shock is walking off stage, he turns his back, and now he's rapping the Humpty part, and the Humpty nigga has a dead mic. I mean, that's who motherfucking Gregory Edward Jacobs is. He had that shit like that. Like, okay, this nigga look good, he got the shit, but he don't do the voice. I don't know who this dude was in particular that person was. It wasn't Kent, but I mean, just, you feel me? Like, that's some next shit. Imagine if you were like, if this is like at a time where they didn't have this was like a show where they didn't have 900 cameras with multiple angles so you could see everything, and he had it mastered where when I turn my back, the crowd ain't gonna be able to see me like that. And then Humpty's coming out, so all the attention is to him, and Shock still got the mic, making it look like he's just doing ad libs, but he's really busting the whole verse. So he literally, in real time, his mic sounds like champagne in my hand, won't be long till I'm gone. It's just the same old song. It's just a freestyle. I mean, he just goes right into it, but you think it's another nigga. So that's who he was. But yeah, so anyways, to answer your question, yeah, I had years and years and years of MCing on all types of levels, student of the game. The acting shit, with the first shit I ever did was in attempts to be that man. So he just, it worked out perfectly. And I didn't even know, like, I always been a funny nigga with jokes, but I didn't really know even my own ability to like tap into that shit to do it at the level I did it. And fucking with Money B. Money B is like the big brother. You know, anybody in this world would be lucky to have a big brother like Money B. He's just such a real nigga on every fucking chart that you could fucking, you know, put that in. He's just, and he's supportive. He's very like, and he's funny too. So like, we both funny. So when I'm with him, we have this like funny shit. And he also like equally as much helped me, you know, develop as the Hump, because it wasn't just like Shock was never there. Me and Shock did one show together, but Shock was never at our show. So I was there with Mun, and Mun would give me like, you know, tips and little things that like, and I might do something. He'd be like, yo, that's exactly how we used to do it. And da-da-da. And then I'd be like, okay. So it just all like came together just so perfectly. It's just something else. You know what I mean? I don't know if I answered your whole question. Did I forget something, or is that everything?
No, my question was a little rambling, and you hit all the points. Thank you.
That's super dope. V has a question as well. V, what's your question?
More so, actually, I did have a question at first, but more so a comment now after Young Hump, you just spoke. I just think it's been really, really important to see like how, you know, people from the old school do handle things when it comes to music. Now, necessarily, I'm not a music artist per se, but I am somebody who used to read and play a trumpet and stuff like that. But I do admire music and music artists. So for me, even now as a spectator, we now hear about so many new artists. You know, they're having terrible shows as to where, you know, Coily Ray allegedly had a show where, you know, some fans were upset, and she said that she wasn't able to accommodate the amount of people that she didn't expect to be there. Also, there's people like Summer Walker who canceled their entire tour, or even also SZA for just vocal problems. So I think that, like you just recently explained, how you and also how Shock G orchestrated the entire scenarios with their performances is excellent. They prepared, you guys prepared for these types of things. You guys set up, you know, like he had the other guy in place, like just so you know, like he thought about all of those short moments. And I think like a lot of younger people now need to take advice from that, because it's going to help them not only just be IG or quote unquote streaming artists, but just to be great performers, which is what people who really love music, they value the performance more than anything.
Absolutely, and also knowing your history, because when you know your history, you know that the greats encountered difficulties, and the way the greats maintained being the greats was they saw the difficulties, you know, to the best of their ability and planned for them. They do vocal warm-ups, they do practice, they do all of these things. Like I mean,
Do
for
you think
example,
that should apply to the to the people who are doing the auto tune today?
I think it should apply to anybody with sounds coming out their lips talking about they do music, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get better. Like, I mean, for example, Money B, right, been performing this material for 30 something years, and he's still making sure we had rehearsals. And I was like, wow, he's driving an hour from where he lives to come fuck with me, because he lives about an hour away from me, to come fuck with me. And I'm sitting there like, a lot of dudes would have been like, all right, my nigga, you got the videos, right? You got the songs, learn them. But Mun was on top of that, because he comes from that too. And that's the thing. So with the younger artists, you know, I mean, I'll just say this. I mean, as it was pointed out by somebody very eloquently, you have a lot of younger artists now that, like, you know, they go from being in their bedroom making a song to somehow splashing it on the internet, or they get to somebody and the shit takes off real quick, and there's no developmental stage. Whereas the artists that we, you know, tend to like, the older artists, it wasn't like, you know, for example, love Soulja Boy. That's my nigga. I've never seen him live, so I don't have an opinion either way, but I fuck with Soulja Boy. But I will say it was like 1 minute he was in his bedroom, the next minute the song's on MySpace, the next minute he's doing a show with 50,000 people in his hometown.
Right.
Now, it's like, I'm not saying anything like to reiterate about him, because I don't know what kind of, he might have been the greatest performer that ever lived. I don't know, but I will say that there was a time where there was a period in between where you would do shows with 200 people, then you do shows with 500, then 1,000, and 3,000, and, you know, which was the case with me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I've done shows. We did a show with Ja Rule, Ashanti, and DMX for 15, 16,000 people. But like by that point, I'd already locked in my young Hump shit so tough that like I was ready. So when we had technical difficulties on stage, I'm on stage, I went into comedian mode because I was comfortable. You know what I mean? As opposed to the first time I got on stage when I was a young nigga and it was for like 100 people and I was nervous. So, you know, you have a lot of artists that are dealing with a lot of, you know, the shortcuts, the fast track a lot of times hurt people. You know what I mean? It's the same way to athletes that skip college and go to the league. Sometimes that shit hurts them in the long run. So, you know, and as for auto-tune, I mean, auto-tune can only save you so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I'm glad y'all pointed that out. You know what I'm saying? And us here at the Evening Rant, we're taking this talk show / radio show / news reporting thing serious. Schoolboy and I solidified us getting us a media trainer. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to do some practicing ourselves. We're going to actually
and there you go. Now that we're swinging off to something we all could kind of relate to, not just being on stage doing music. But here you go. And by the way, V, I want to know. You said you used to play trumpet, and you said you were an adult star. I gotta know real quick. Did you ever had a trumpet in these scenes? I gotta know.
Unfortunately, not. I guess I could say the wild.
You got to make a comeback then.
But that doesn't mean that I won't have someone else have a trumpet in the scene. I still have my trumpet.
But if
Shout
they,
to Grand Street campus who let me steal it.
But if they can't play that motherfucker, that ain't it. No, I'm talking about, like, I know some trumpet playing motherfuckers, and I need to send that to them. Like, yo, check this out. And
hey, I feel like if I played trumpet in high school, and I sucked dick later on in life, and I do think that it helped me sucking dick. So I think that anybody who could suck dick, they can play trumpet.
Hey, ever the two shall meet. You know what I mean? Ever the two shall meet. But but to get back to what you said, I was gonna say
Logic.
Media training. It's the same shit, like being prepared with how to answer questions, and how to take people just walking into the fucking fray with no forethought of what could be thrown at them and shit. That's anybody that puts themselves on any kind of podcast situation. I've done interviews with people, and I could tell by the texture that I needed to let them know we ain't doing certain shit. Like, I didn't have to do that with y'all because I could tell what kind of brothers y'all are. But sometimes certain people, you'd be like, okay, look, we ain't finna do that. Ain't happening. You know what I mean? And or seeing that something might be brought your way, and you have to know how to handle the So that's real shit right there.
Absolutely. So really, not to say really quick, but we did promise you guys a story. So we want to bring a story. Young Hump, you going to stick around for about 15 more minutes so we can just massage the story and talk about this joint?
Yep.
All right, so let's do it. All right, so next we're going to talk about a news story that I don't want to get too old before we address it. You know what I mean? So salute to everybody who's still watching us here at the Evening Rant. We appreciate you. Salute to our guest, Young Hump, all our panelists, Internet, Casey Gaines, Schoolboy, V Smiles, and Trash Bars by Steph Got Jokes is still coming on right after this. However, I want to bring up a story that I read in the New York Post as well as Fox News. All right. So basically, the Doughton School, a school in New York City, is on the hot seat right now for their sexual education video. And this video was brought to our attention by one of our co-producers. I believe Redemption has sent this to us. And I did a little homework on the Doughton School as well as the actual sexual education video that focused also on masturbation. So I have a few notes, and then we'll get to it. So basically, like I said, the Doughton School is on the hot seat for this sexual education video shown to first graders in May. However, in April, the Doughton School head of the head of the Doughton School, Jim Bess, he announced that he was leaving the school after 16 years. In his words, it was for other exciting and inspiring opportunities. However, that came after in January when parents wrote a letter expressing their frustration on the curriculum in the school and how liberal it was. All right. So, and when that happened, the school's lead of diversity, the head of diversity, excuse me, my notes is a little over the place, Dominic Collins, he left in February. So originally they lost their head of diversity, then they lost the head of school based on what's been going on in the school. And it's all based on the curriculum that they're teaching the kids. And now they're on the hot seat again as parents are writing letters and complaining about their sexual education that they're giving because they let first graders watch a video detailing masturbation. Now they're complaining and was told they simply misunderstood with the instructor of health and wellness. Her name is Justine Ang Fonte. They're saying that they misunderstood her approach and the content she was giving them. And but she's known in other prestigious schools of giving porn literacy workshops. So it kind of made me think about social responsibility, how young is too young to indoctrinate your children, because let's be real, this is part of indoctrination. And there are a lot of things we don't allow our children to see and or know until a certain age. But sometimes when we teaching them what we teach them, we're really indoctrinating them with what we believe is true, right? So I wanted to have a discussion on when it's too early, what is too young to indoctrinate and or teach children about adult content, and as well. And I wanted to talk from an artist standpoint and a parent standpoint. So I have artists who are on the panel who aren't parents, and I have parents on the panel who aren't artists. Outside of Steph Got Jokes, I believe Steph Got Jokes is backstage as well. He's a parent and a comedian. But first, before we can have an informative conversation about this, what I would like to do is I would like to actually bring this video to the screen, and I want to show the video. All right, this is the video that they showed the first graders, and it's a sexual education video once again that talks about masturbation and as it regards to body parts. All right, so let's go.
Pass it, Squeaks! Whoa! Watch it! You almost hit me in the pee-pee! What's so funny, you two?
He said pee-pee.
Do you notice that when you say pee-pee, you giggle, but when you say penis, you say it in a serious voice?
I never noticed that before.
Some children and adults feel uncomfortable when they talk about their private parts, so they make up cute or funny names for them.
What's one for a girl's private parts?
Vajayjay! But what does Scoops mean when he says vajayjay?
He means vulva.
That's right, Kayla. It's important to use the proper words for our private parts.
Why?
Because our private parts are just as amazing as our hearts, lungs, brains, or any other of our amazing body parts.
But our hearts pump blood, our lungs breathe, and our brains think.
All our private parts do is pee! That's not entirely true, Scoops. It is true that a person pees or urinates.
I think we lost the sound, but
Babylon
Comes out from their urethra.
Yeah, I was going to say
Babylon.
that.
It helps us get rid of waste, stuff our body doesn't need.
Hey, how come my penis gets
Sorry, that was on me. I'll pull it up a little.
points up in the air?
That's called an erection.
Sometimes
It can be harder to see, but girls have a tiny hole in the front of the vulva where urine comes out from their urethra. Urination is actually very important. It helps us get rid of waste, stuff our body doesn't need.
Hey, how come my penis gets big sometimes and points up in the air?
That's called an erection.
Sometimes I touch my penis because it feels good.
Sometimes when I'm in my bath or when Mom puts me to bed, I like to touch my vulva too.
You have a clitoris there, Kayla, that probably feels good to touch the same way Keith's penis feels good when he touches it. But have you ever noticed that older kids and grown-ups don't touch their private parts in public?
They don't?
That's right, Keith. It's okay to touch yourself and see how different body parts feel, but it's best to only do it in private.
Well, if private parts are so special, why do you cover them up?
Because they are private, silly.
That's right, Kayla, because they are private.
Hey, Squeak, pass it.
Wait! Okay, I'm ready!
Babylon.
First of all, he's a dinosaur. He doesn't have private parts. Let's start there. Can we start there, Logic? First of all,
Babylon. Me not dealing with no Babylon business. Babylon business.
I agree. And I would say this. If this is a black mom from the hood, this video would have been 10 seconds short. Because as soon as he would have threw the ball next to the dinosaur, and the dinosaur would have been like, oh, that was close to my pee-pee. The mother would have said, stop throwing that ball so close to him, and y'all go over there and play. And that would have been the end of the video. I'm done.
The Dalton School is really expensive. Dalton School is like $60,000 a year. So there's a lot of people paying for this.
So there's a lot of overthinking.
My thing is,
that's the
I
overthinking.
don't know, like what 7-year-olds is getting erections. Like I don't know when puberty hits. Like, and with this little 7-year-old, I'm like, whoa, little nigga, you getting boners and jacking off at 7? Like, what the hell? I was playing with toys. I think that's I don't know a puberty lesson, but I didn't know no girls be masturbating at 7 or dudes be masturbating or even getting erections at 7. That's a little.
Yeah, that's way too like That's too. See, you know what's crazy about it is I could see a real certain type of person thinking that that's necessary, and I could it's a certain like we look at it like yo, it's too soon. That's 6, 7 years old. Like you don't need that in your head, like already like guiding your like at that age you so impressionable. That's crazy.
All right,
Well, go ahead.
I'm glad you said that. I do want to start moderating the conversation now, and I'll start with Professor K, aka Schoolboy. Schoolboy, you seem to have something to say. I'm pretty sure it's your take on it. So I'll just say, what is
Yeah.
your take on it? Is this too young for them to be learning about their private parts? And did they go too far in the video?
I think that it might be too young for the school to be having these kind of conversations with first graders. My kids are second and third grade, and they've had a sexual education course that was, private parts and stuff like that. But I don't remember seeing anything in there about masturbation. And I think that when I was reading the article, they talked a lot about them talking about consent, which I think is important. And I also gender identities and sexual orientations. That's where I think we're going a little bit too far for first graders. Reason why I say that is because when we start talking about sexual orientation and gender identity, those concepts are infer sex. I don't necessarily want my 6-year-old fixated on sex in the classroom at school. That being said, my kids were 3, 4, 5 years old touching themselves in the bathroom, and at a certain point, when you're giving them a bath, they're trying to just explore their little bodies and stuff like that. And hey, it is what it is. Kids are going to do that. But at a certain point, you can't have your kid going out in public. Even when I'm coaching my soccer team, I've got the little boys on the field, touching their junk, and I'm like, yo, take your hands out your pants. That's my point. Is that you don't necessarily want your child, 7, 8 years old, still out here touching their private parts. So I had to tell my kids, hey, if you want to touch yourself, it's your body. I'm not going to tell you not to touch yourself. However, I don't want to necessarily see you touch yourself, and that's not something you're doing in public around other people. I think that's responsible. The way that they describe this session or this lesson was a little bit too much. I think they were doing, like you said, a little bit more indoctrination and less education. So that's my take on it. Little kids are going to touch themselves. What you want to do is tell the little kids, and I think the other parents can attest to this too. They're going to touch themselves because they're learning their bodies. What you want to tell, what I've told my kids is, if that's what you want to do, keep your hands clean. 1, do it in private. 2, and don't let other people touch your private parts. So,
okay. So I was asking if you think that it's too young for them to get that education in school, and basically your answer is yes. You think it's too young for them
the
to
way
get
it was presented, yes. If they're just describing body parts so that the children will know the actual names of the body parts, I think that's mostly important, because when children don't know the names of their body parts and something's happening with their body part, you're like, hey, what's wrong? Why you look like you're in pain down there? Oh, my butt hurts. Because that's all they know is down there is their butt, and nobody's taught them about their private parts. That's an issue. So we want to teach the kids about their private parts, but I want it to be more educational. I don't necessarily want them exploring sexual options, gender identities, and masturbation.
Did they go that far to do the gender? I don't think they went that far.
Well, they didn't go that far in that video, but according to the article that's attached to, yeah, they did go that far.
All right. So next, most of the artists spoke already, but I'm gonna get back to them in regards to artistry. But I want to now bring on another parent, Antoinette. Antoinette, what's your thoughts? Did they go too far in that particular video? And when is too young? What is too young for a child to learn about sexual education?
But Okay, they went too far in that video, yes. I just wanted to say something real quick. Do y'all notice the only people who look real human is the two black females in that video? Anyway, but too young.
Message.
Anyway, that looks real. Anyway, so I believe it's too young. I remember when I was in elementary, far as we knew about body parts, don't let anybody touch you where your swimming suit covers, right? In middle school, we learned about, hygiene and, hormones and menstruals, and then you start getting erections. High school, you learn about not having sex, but, reproduction, putting on a condom, all that. No, we don't talk about when my mom puts me to bed, I touch myself, or I touch myself in a tub at school. And I think that's a discussion that, especially at that age, a parent and a doctor with a parent supervision should be having. No teacher should be teaching my child or talking about what they do in their privates, especially that young. That's inappropriate if you talk about that in high school. Why are you introducing that to a child in elementary, first, second, third grade, And I also think it is part of the plan that they're trying to push the P word. I'm going to be, cautious this show, but they're trying to push the P word failure, and they're sleeping it in and little things like that. And
Wait,
first,
say the word. Say the word.
pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing pedophilia, and these are one of the ploys that they're doing. And the oldest trick is to attack the children first. But yeah, this is inappropriate, too young. Yes, kids do play with themselves, especially when they learn how to potty train. They've been playing with themselves since the womb. We don't need to accentuate that and highlight that.
So basically, you're saying it's sexualizing them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And how you talking about sex and body parts with a dinosaur? That don't make any sense. That's the mind trick that they put you in. They, what I'm saying? They showing you this and bring this in your subliminal. Come on, that don't make sense. You trying to break something logical down to children with a dinosaur talking about he got a privates and don't kick me and he's talking, but you're trying to be real and politically correct.
Right.
I just wanted to. I want to add on to what you said, Antoinette, because I completely agree with that, and I like how you actually stated that, because that brings what I was thinking about to real life. Like when it comes to even back in the days, we had Barney, we had Elmo, Sesame Street. People are just now trying to still figure out the sexuality of these characters. Like the sexuality of these characters at those times weren't a factor. Kids just watched these characters. They enjoyed them from the singing or whatever they taught them, whether it be their ABC, something non-sexual. Mm-hmm. I feel like you said, absolutely. They are sexualizing these characters and hence planting that sexual seed into the children. So,
all right. So let me ask parent and artist. Steph got jokes. Same question. Do you think this was too young for first graders? And what is too young for them to learn? Like, what age is appropriate for them to learn these type of things?
Well, it ain't first grade.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, right? And they know what they're doing. They're very tactical what they're doing. They've trotted out a black teacher in the images to make it more palatable. Like that wasn't an accident. Like the same thing that the LGBT community does. Like they show you pictures of lesbians because that's more palatable than two men. It's not an accident. Like this is very tactical in it. And I don't want to. Excuse me. This Pride Month. I'm not trying to associate pedophilia with gay people. But what we just watched in that video, this is a gateway to pedophilia. And they're just trying to make you comfortable. They're trying to make the children comfortable to where they won't speak about it.
Okay.
They're saying, "Oh, it will feel good." Like the fuck.
So let me play.
That's trash.
So let me play devil's advocate, not pedophilia advocate, because I ain't advocating for no pedophilia. But let me play devil's advocate. When I was in first grade, we were talking crazy. I mean, crazy. I remember we were in the back of the class talking about my first grade teacher, who I still think is fine as shit to this day. And we were talking crazy about her, okay, about what we would do to her and all that shit. And I'm not gonna say what we said we was gonna do to her, but some shit was. Motherfuckers knew what they was talking about in first grade. So is that because we were in unhealthy environments growing up, or is that because somebody? I think it's that's not even a question. That was some unhealthy shit. The shit that was said back in the back of that classroom was unhealthy as shit. So for any of the kids to know that, they had to be exposed to some craziness. So I guess what my real question is when you can't control what's in the world surrounding your child, right? You can't control the fact that your child might go to school and hear some of these crazy things. You know what I mean? So does that mean we have a responsibility to teach them this early? And I guess I'm re-asking the question. With that being said, let me bring Hump back in, young Hump back in. Young Hump, what I was saying was the things that we were saying in the back of that classroom was definitely unhealthy. So definitely the children that were in the school with me, we were exposed to things we shouldn't have been. So my question, and I'm gonna pose it to the parents first, and then we're gonna talk back to the artists, is with the world surrounding your child, with us not being able to control all the things that's in the world surrounding our child, do we tell them earlier, you know what I mean, about what to expect, you know what I mean, about sexuality, etc. I'm gonna start with Steph.
Hold on, my bad. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. You can't. You can't control the world, right? Even when I was a kid, I remember. I was quoting. What's that movie called? Sprung. When he said he was talking about loving a woman from here, and from from his penis all at the same time. Blah blah blah. I remember repeating that in school, and I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I was just repeating it, and I had a black teacher pull me to the side and threaten to cut my Johnson off if I ever did that again. True story, right? Now that wasn't appropriate either. However, again, that just goes to what you were saying against learning the difference between doctrine and education. Like understanding what this is, and what's the name of it, and people shouldn't be touching you there. And I go over that, went over that with my son. Like I haven't got to that with my baby boy yet, but I went over that with my older son. Like we had that conversation. Matter of fact, me and him just recently had a conversation about puberty. Like that's my job. That's what I'm here for. I don't need you doing that. Like again, this also seemed like it was encouraging sexuality. Encouraging. I don't like that at all. Like it had a dog in the fight.
Right. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say we all agree with you, Schoolboy. You agree with that? Like it's or Internet. I don't know if Schoolboy can hear me. Internet, you agree with that? That you're on Teddy Riley.
Yeah, I agree.
We should be the ones and not the school at that age, basically.
I agree. I mean, let me say this real quick. I see what you're saying, Ja. I went to high school in Germany, right? So we used to go to these fairs and stuff like that, and sex was free. I mean, we used to see dick lollipops. There was cartoons with private parts. I went to nude beaches and everything, but I think you have to be more responsible nowadays. And I was in high school. That was like 13 years ago. So now the world changed. It's a different world. You can't really, trust people in school because, teachers are sleeping with students, you know what I'm saying? And all these type of people that you think that's, who they are, they're very deceitful. You can't really trust anybody nowadays. But if you make it norm and normalize it, yeah, it wouldn't seem so taboo. But some people are just irresponsible and just creeps and predators. I don't really think it should be taught by someone other than your mom or dad or a doctor. That's just my personal opinion.
Salute. Go ahead, Schoolboy.
I was just gonna say, the world hasn't changed that much from 20 years ago. We've had all kind of sexual predators and serial killers, and the Europeans are some of the worst offenders. So I don't believe that sexually Europeans, or even a lot of people think about Brazilians like that too, that they're more sexually literate than the rest of the world, and especially Americans who are real Puritans here, right? But I have to agree with the parents as well. Like, hey, if you are teaching my children sexual education, it has to be age appropriate. And I do not want anything in there about sexual orientation or gender identity. And the biggest reason why I don't want those things in any kind of educational curriculum is because those are concepts that are still theoretical. So the LGBT community likes to try to present these things as if they are facts because they believe them. But there's not enough information on the subject to make it an actual fact. Okay, because there's a gene that we found that makes people that confirms that somebody's more apt to be gay. We just found out, we just mapped the genes less than 20 years ago. There's really not enough information here. Because here's the thing. A lot of things that we thought were absolute science as recent as 50 years ago is not true today.
Speak on it, God.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I'm not going to let my child be indoctrinated to believe it. This has to be true because I learned it in school. And, gender fluidity is a thing. And so is, your all these different scale of sexual orientation. Like I'm a more sexually liberated person. I'm not homosexual, but I respect other people's kinks. I respect other people's what's the word? Erotic, whatever their erotic preference is. Okay, cool. That's your life. I don't want though to impress that onto children, and I think it's really inappropriate that a school would even think, especially if I'm sending somebody $50,000. I might run up in that motherfucker kicking shit over and doing all kind of stuff.
Wait, correction, sir. Correction.
Go get my money back.
Can I chime in on something there?
Absolutely, $55,000 schoolboy. $55,000.
Could I chime in on something? Can I
Young
something he said right there?
Young Hump and then V. Go ahead. Young Hump.
I think a good point that he was getting at too is that it's like a lot of these concepts are not even in the child's mind. So when you put the motherfuckers there to everything in due time, my people, like everything in due time. If you put certain things too soon in someone's mind, grown, but let alone a child that's still navigating their way through an ever expanding world where they just figuring shit out. If you putting that shit too early, then they might fixate on that shit too early when they don't have the perspective to know where to put that in its proper ranking order of importance, because that's a big thing. Like some things you get to a certain age, but you understand, okay, first I got to make sure, okay, now I'm thinking about that. But if you think about that too soon, so I feel like that's the issue with those kind of things. And just to end with this, I'll say, I think really the thing about that video, the mistake is that video should be shown to parents, and then the parents should translate what they feel from it is useful, because it is useful to some of the information. If a child is that young and they don't understand that the same stuff that they tinkling out of is some other stuff's happening, but for a child to be sitting in a room with other kids, and then you got to imagine the other part too is like they all watching that together, and then they standing around looking at each other, 5 years old, like, so what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like, it's different. So I feel like a video like that should be shown to people. Now, then again, just to add another thing, those children that aren't forced to have responsible parents, like, or they might have parents that are, out of their mind or whatever, maybe that a video like that, perhaps, I'm not saying that specific video, but I'm saying a video of a similar, intention might be prescribed to a certain, now this gets dangerous, but I would say like there are people that their home life could be so extreme already that a video like that is like we look at the video like, I want my kids to see that. But if your kid is already if a person's child is already perhaps dealing with some sexual trauma stuff going on, then a video like that might help bring it back and make it make sense. But I definitely don't think a video like that should be just brought into the room like, all right, y'all, today we watching this. I don't.
Right. You made some good points. They're definitely going to fixate on what they just learned, and they were really free talking to that adult about their private parts. V.
Yeah, I just wanted to actually add on and to make with both what Schoolboy and also Young Hump said, especially when Schoolboy, when you mentioned about it being age appropriate, we can't stress how essential that is enough. It's not that the information in this video is useless or that no one can really learn from this, but when someone is in the fifth, when they're 5 or 6 years old, certain information that's essential to them as far as sexuality goes is this is the part that nobody's supposed to touch. Even for me growing up, like my mom didn't explain what the vulva was, what the clit was, what a and of course I don't need to know what a penis is because I'm not supposed to be doing that yet. So there's certain levels of information that I feel like the youth needs, and I feel like even with this video, I would say maybe at least like 50% of it is focused on the sexual orientation versus the actual definitions of body parts and what's unsafe, which is the priority for young children. And then also to add on to that, when it comes to kids growing up and coming out of that space, it's important for them to be able to have this and grow with them. Even for me, I was 5 years old when I started watching pornography. Yes, I was watching pornography at the age of 5, unintentionally, not trying to be an adult star. I just enjoyed masturbating. But like young Hump, like you said, sometimes you don't know what's going on in the home. You don't know what that child already has to see and has to go through, and you don't know what outside information is going to affect how that child lives at home. For me, I was watching pornography a lot. So for me, watching, pornography and then, seeing people sleep under covers and stuff like that for a long time, I thought sex was just humping. You know what I'm saying? And I interpreted that in my crazy, weird way. But these videos should definitely be given out by doctors, by, medical professionals, by, not teachers in a classroom. Teachers, I feel like, are supposed to stick to the textbooks, to the education parts of things, and the sexuality is just unnecessary. So,
and I have a quick question, quick question for the ladies though, because I need a little clarity on this. My instinct was, okay, they calling the penis, cool, but they didn't say vagina. They talking this vulva shit. Like I'm like something about that rang in my mind. Like, are they trying to because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been penis and vagina since antiquity. Like what? How did y'all respond? How did y'all feel about them not using the word vagina? Did that ring anybody funny?
Like I said, it was the placement, the whole delivery, the whole message, everything. Yeah, and the wording. Yeah, they use trick words. Yeah.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that even especially in a lot of Black or African American households, like a lot of Black women who did have strong women around them, they were low key protected because your mom or your grandmothers or whatever, they didn't tell you that the name of your vagina was vagina or pussy. Like, no, it was your cat, your purse, your bag, your hoo-ha. Like there was always a name for it. You knew that it was a private area that was untouchable, but you were not going to be given the words because your grandma or your mama already knew. As soon as they told you it was pussy, you was gonna go around town saying pussy, and they was gonna have to pop you every 5 minutes. So,
right, and
for them to not have to pop your ass in public, they gave you a different name.
And you make a good point, because what child is calling they shit a vajayjay? That shit was sounding real Becky-ish for me. I'm sorry.
That's another term for
Yeah,
no, I know the term, but I'm saying like little fucking children vajayjay. That's some grown comedy woman shit. That's Amy Schumer and them, which I'm not. I'm just saying that's their world. Little 1-year-old, little 5-year-old girl calling that shit a vajayjay. Fuck out of here.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing about that vulva versus vajayjay. That is a dog whistle to the transsexual community, because someone who had that surgery doesn't actually have a vagina.
There
but
you go.
That's what I was saying.
Vulva.
There
also, that's why they
go.
say vulva and not vagina, because vagina is the JJ. Vulva, right?
That's why. Yeah. See, that's what. See, thank you. That's what I needed to know. There you go, man. Now, real quick, could you explain what? How does everybody have a vulva but not a vagina? I don't know my biology.
That's what I think. I think that because this is the thing. We're sitting here trying to rationalize something that I don't think we all accept as actual logic, right? So it's gonna be hard for me to talk for those folks who believe. But I think that what it is that, in my opinion, the way I'm reading this is because if somebody is like Bruce Jenner,
so they have a vulva. Is that how that works?
Here's the thing.
Caitlyn.
Okay, yeah, Bruce and Caitlyn, whatever. So let's say they have, he has a vagina that was created. Some people, and even in that community, because you realize like the gay community. I have a story about this, but the gay community.
Let's stick to finish what you're saying before you slide.
Yeah,
off.
about the trannies. Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't say trannies. Transsexuals. Excuse me.
Warning.
So the vulva.
The opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenter in their current state of mind, which they have the right to change at any given moment. The iRant Network and the members of the Ranters Union are not responsible for any claims made.
Appreciate that, John. So, the people who are represented by the T in the alphabet crew, I think that when they have that surgery, someone in that community even could say, well, you still don't have a vagina. And that person might be able to come back and say, well, I do have a vulva because I,
Okay.
made like
Okay.
that,
Okay, there you go. That's all we need to know. Exactly. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. I say that to say this. So everybody knows that I went to Morehouse, and that's part of the thing that people know about me. In the cafeteria at Morehouse is a meeting space and a place where we have a lot of great conversations. You literally could wake up in the morning, go to the cafeteria, stay there all day, and have a ton of different conversations with people all around the world, just like that, right? So I'm sitting there, and I think that's what it was. This is when I realized, and it clicked for me. You can never really fight a gay dude. Long story short, I almost got into a fight with a dude who was gay on campus. It was actually off campus, but we almost got it. And then I had to check myself, like, yo, I'm not going to gain no points. But if I beat this dude up, it's not going to really help my cause. And if I get beat up by him, it's definitely not going to help my cause. So let me just let that shit ride. And I was kind of complaining in the cafeteria with one of the guys who went to school with me. I'm going in, I'm talking mad shit, and the guy says to me, I'm talking hella shit, mind you. Like, I'm thinking I'm talking to somebody who's straight. Whole time, dude's gay. And he says to me, well, what makes you think that we fuck with those dudes either? And I was like, what? Oh, I thought all of y'all fuck with each other. He was like, nah, a lot of gay people don't like those flamboyant dudes. So that's why I say, I think that's probably a call out for that community, where they might have disagreements about what to call their own private parts after they've done this confusing ass reassignment.
All right, man. So that conversation went where it went. Right? So really quick, I'm trying to see if we're gonna have a game of trash ball, but Steph has to be gone by a certain time. We just kind of work that out really quick.
Well, I just wanted to add on to what Schoolboy, can I really quickly, Logic?
We might not even get to do trash balls tonight. So hold on really quick. So I'm hearing a lot of feedback on them sides. Steph, you think the game could be condensed within 20 minutes? Your mic is on Teddy Riley, bro. I don't hear you.
What's the Teddy Riley? I don't get that. What's that?
It's from the verses.
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny.
Yeah, thank you. Steph, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to wouldn't be a chance to really sit there and talk and go through it. We really have to get through the questions. It'd be a rush process.
Yeah, so I mean, it's I don't know who would be the contestants, but if
well,
y'all...
for those of us that ain't really here on the regular, maybe we could just throw something real quick, just so nigga could taste that.
All right, let's get into that then. You want to do that, Steph? Pull it up. Yo, Hump, you want to be a contestant?
What does that entail, sir?
Answering questions and knowing who said the worst lyric when it's time for the 500 point.
Now that's but is all of it's trash? I'm supposed to identify
No, not all of it. Only the 500 point is a trash ball. You have to identify the person who said that lyric.
I'm down.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna close out. Get that. I'll pull that up. All right, Steph. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close out this part of the show, and we're just gonna intro trash bars as we should officially. This is the network, so this is like our version of TGIF, right? So, but we are gonna be out of here by 10 o'clock. But thank you everybody who pulled up so far. Yo, Young Hump, my guy, I appreciate you, my G.
Likewise, King,
for sharing these wonderful behind the scenes story and not being scared to tackle these hard topics, man, that we tackle here at the Rant. We talk to the most difficult topics, and We try to be as honest and transparent about our point of views. Salute to Casey, Internet, Schoolboy, V. I know Internet has to go, but she'll be watching. And Casey, you sticking around for Trash Balls? You going to be a contestant? All right.
I just want to say one thing. Salute to all y'all artists, but I played 5 instruments in high school as well. But I don't play no more. I just want to throw that out there. Everybody know what they used to do.
I'm only at 3, Antoinette. I'm only at 3. Trumpet, clarinet, and drums. So shout out to you, Antoinette.
Thank you. I played the drums, clarinet, the piano, the flute, and the violin. That was my very first instrument.
She was on her Bandcamp shit for real. So we're gonna have Casey, Young Hump, put that down. Steph, Schoolboy, are you playing Trash Balls or no?
Oh, well, as a reigning champion, I think I should definitely not play Trash Bars and put my belt.
All right. So V, you playing now? I need to know really quick.
Yes, I want to rethink my decision because Schoolboy's playing now. Like I was I was actually gonna win.
He said he's not. He's not. So
I'm gonna play.
All right. So Steph backstage set that up. Is V, Casey, and Young Hump. So with that being said, V, close us out with what you wanted to say. I didn't mean to cut you off. Please make it short because I want to bring that game back.
I'm good. We can go straight ahead.
All right. So with that being said, everybody, stay tuned for Trash Bars, and this has been the morning. This have been the morning rant. Y'all let me fuck up. I'm gonna do that again. All right. Salute to everybody who was in that watch. Yeah. I fucked that up. Salute to everybody who has been watching. All right. And this has been the evening rant. Bring the morning rant back and join the Patreon.
right. Got a sweet overlook in the city lights. See my table, have a seat for the best time. Flipping way before Urkel with Stefan. I could make you the queen of the function. Do it all night, drop you off at your pumpkin. Better make your mind up, this the last call. Till I dip in a rocket ship and blast
my
off.
My love, come here, first floor, deck three. Our room is our room, you take me. I just want $100. So pull your panties down, and I'm gonna do the knowledge. What I say, come here, hands on your rear, undo Brazil. My love, when you wear my Raider hat, ask for the dick, you know what I'm gonna say to that. Come
Short, I got his ex-girlfriend, swirling on my nuts like a whirlwind. Deep throat gagging like she Erlin, sexy like a bitch named Merlin. You don't wanna leave her alone. Every time I see her out, I'm bringing her home. If we in the same car, she'll give me dome. She ain't a hoe, but I get my pimpin' on. I put the bitch to work, make her suck and fuck till it hurts. I'ma keep one hand in your purse, 'cause girl, you gotta quench my pimpin' thirst.
Come here.
Hold up, slow down, baby. I'm trying to holler on that EPMD tip. She asked me if I ever go down, maybe. Hell yeah, and that ain't no secret.
Shower time, love to put soap on you. Whatever I put, look dope on you. Dry you off, now you wet again. We jump in bed again, you getting fed again, yeah.
What's up, love? How you doing? By the way, we could be screwing. Stick you every which way like a voodoo doll. If you want it raw, you know who to call.
Hey yo, we just leave the room to take a breather real quick. Throw on some clothes and pose for a pic. Go for a stroll while our juices replenish. And in a couple of minutes we in bed, right back to bed. Come here, 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 come here. Come here, come here.
Welcome to another episode of Trash Bars for 500. For you whose first time joining us, Trash Bar for 500 is a hip hop black culture trivia game. 5 questions, 5 questions in each category, 5 categories. Each question worth more points than the last, but every 500-point question is a terrible famous rap lyric, and you got to figure out who says it. But that said, let's go ahead and get to my contestants. Got Young Hump in the building.
What up? What up? What up?
What up, man? I was digging that joint too, man.
Thank you, God. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Yeah,
Casey Kane.
Short snapped on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Steph?
What's going on, Casey?
One-time champion, 2-time loser in the building.
Hey, it's always good to have you, though, anyway. And V, my dog.
Okay, sore loser, future champion in the building. Yes, I'm a sore loser. Absolutely.
Where's y'all Logic at? He slid?
Yeah. He producing it right now.
Behind the boards.
Respect.
He the Wizard of Oz right now.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's get into some things.
All right, let's get into it. Trash Bar for 500. All right. Here are today's categories. Old heads. Snitches. Sports.
Okay.
Reality TV. And alcohol.
All right. That's a good one. Feeling good.
Y'all feeling good about these categories?
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to start with the top, Young Hump.
All right, so I get to pick one of those categories, like foods that starts for the letter Q kind of style. I pick one and I get asked about that. That's how it go?
Yep. Yeah, that's how it goes. Only thing is we start from the top and work our way down.
Oh, so I don't pick.
Yeah, I mean you pick the category.
Okay, I'm a start with alcohol.
Okay, cool. All right. In the Freaka League, in the song Freaka League, Petey Pablo endorses this alcohol brand.
Damn, that's my nigga Petey Pablo too. It would not be correct for me to text him and ask him right now, but I can't. I got to take the L on that one.
All right, go ahead, Skip. So who's next? Casey, it's on you, man.
I'm not gonna try and steal that one. I can't think of it without Googling, so I'm not gonna cheat.
V.
Okay, I want to say I think that it's probably going to be Scissor.
Scissor.
Yeah.
So
that's not a brand though, right?
That's not a brand at all.
Dipset had a alcohol called Scissor for a while.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think that's Petey Pablo talked about it though.
But the answer was Seagram's Gin.
Of course.
Oh!
And Snoop shouted him out too. That's the nastiest hard liquor.
Shout out
So did
Seagram's
Juicy J
Gin.
on the song with Ty Dolla $ign.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Damn.
All
Shout out
right.
to Seagram's Gin because I drink it and they paying me for it.
Yeah.
So Casey, that being said, it's on you, my brother.
I'm gonna take old heads for 100.
Okay. Old heads for 100. All right. Finish the phrase. If you knew better,
you do better.
All right. Easy 100 off the board.
I'm gonna go old heads for 200.
Old heads for 200. When old heads say, "Tell your mama I said hello," what does that mean?
They're trying to smash.
That is correct. Old heads be trying to smash your moms.
I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna go snitches for 100.
Snitches for 100. Okay. Allegedly, this rapper snitched on Ja Rule and Irv Gotti and demanded an order of protection against them.
Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Curtis 50 Cent.
Oh my God!
Allegedly.
I would like to say on that level,
Allegedly.
New York is a
Allegedly.
harder song than 50 Cent ever did. I don't know how niggas ain't ride with Ja Rule when he dropped New York with Fat Joe and Jada, because that shit was
that song was crazy, but I was riding with 50, dog.
50 controlled the narrative.
You know what though? Ja Rule, my nigga, he slid into my DMs after Shock passed and expressed his love and shit.
Okay.
I fuck with Ja Rule. I fuck with
Ja
Ja
Rule?
Rule, but I fuck with Ja Rule. I fuck with both of them Queens niggas.
No,
Shout out to
Ja
all the
Rule
Queens
legend.
niggas in the building.
Yeah, let me do snitches for 200.
All right, snitches for 200. This snitch did a commercial to convince the African American community to call Crime Stoppers for tips.
That would be my man Clifford Harris, T.I.
Harris is the correct answer.
I wasn't gonna snitch. I was in the ATL doing my business.
Please get this out, man.
He was my hero. So I started everybody. It was cool.
All right.
Are you echo? Sports 100. That me? Sports 100.
Okay. Michael Jordan holds the record for most points scored in a single playoff game. How many points was it?
63 against my beloved Boston Celtics.
Beantown, what up?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna take sports for 200.
Sports for 200. All right. This NFL player holds the career record for most kick and punt return touchdowns.
Devin Hester.
That is correct.
Sanders?
No, you was already right.
Yeah, I said Devin Hester.
That's why I said. That's why I was saying. I didn't want you to get it right, man. You on the road.
Okay. I was gonna say it was between Devin and Dion, and I was gonna go Dion, and I was like, hold up, Devin was just killing him for a couple seasons.
Yeah, Devin got it.
I'm gonna do alcohol for 200.
Gigi used his music to sell this tequila brand.
1,200.
That is incorrect.
Sorry.
V.
Okay, yes. Juicy used his music to sell tequila brand. Oh man. I want to say, I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm not sure, and I don't want to lose any more points.
All right, Skip. All right, Young Hump.
Patron.
That's what I was gonna say.
That is incorrect.
Julio?
That it was Avion.
Avion. I
don't remember that.
Yep. I think he sold his shares. Reportedly, he made about $100 million off of that.
That sounds like
I don't know for sure, but that's what it was.
Macho, no, he alcoholic though. He'll get all them shits.
All right, so who's it? It's on Young Hump, ain't it? Yeah.
I haven't gone.
Yeah, it's on V.
Skip.
Oh my bad. Didn't you get that question?
No, she skipped. It should be her though.
Oh my bad.
I haven't
Came
picked yet. I've only been answering other people. I answered one question.
My bad.
I wanted to do reality TV for 100.
Ooh. Who is responsible for breaking up Stevie J and Mimi's relationship?
The Puerto Rican princess, Jocelyn Hernandez.
That is correct. First and last name.
Okay, next is reality TV for 200.
Real Housewives of Atlanta star Portia Williams is receiving backlash for dating whose ex-husband?
Fallon Gerbati. I might be saying her name wrong.
Listen, that name is ugly. I was gonna give you points.
Geobadia. That's the Guo. I'm probably saying it wrong. Yeah.
All right.
Yes. You can see what I watch all day. Reality TV for 300.
Who's the owner of the Black Ink Tattoo Parlor in New York?
Caesar. Damn, I don't know this nigga real name though. But Caesar.
Oh, his real name is Caesar.
Oh, his real name is actually Caesar?
Yeah.
Did they put that on the child support documents that he had to tap into?
I don't know. I just
New York is very serious about their child support up here.
Oh no, nobody
That's a
played about
fact.
this.
Rest in peace to Black Rob.
Rest in
peace, Black Rob.
Oh yes, reality TV for 400.
400. All right. Gloria Gavan got engaged to her husband's former teammate. Who is that teammate?
Oh fuck! It's the nigga that Matt Barnes fought, yo, and I do not know this name.
Kevin Samuels?
No, it's not Kevin Samuels.
Kwame Brown?
It's not Kevin Samuels. Oh my god, I don't know the name of this nigga.
So you
I have a pass. I'm gonna lose all my points.
Young Hump, it's on you.
You want to steal it?
Man, I don't know. I don't know.
I'ma steal it. It's my man
Kwame
Derek
Brown.
Fisher. Big Fish, Derek Fisher.
Yes.
It is Derek Fisher.
Oh, I should have known that. I'm an LA nigga. I should have known.
Right, nigga drove 400 miles to shoot the fair one.
Yeah, he did. And Matt Barnes put her on child support.
I'm gonna go sports.
Drove 400 miles to shoot the fair one. That's respectable.
And then put her on child support. Oh no.
Hump said that's respectable. I'm dying. It's back on you, dog.
Take an Uber to shoot the fair one. I gotta have a real big beef with you to hop in an Uber to fight. If you ain't outside, I'll probably squash it.
What that nigga Freddie Gibbs say? You talking shit, but you can't pull off. You talking shit from an Uber, something. Man, I'ma just, let's go alcohol. Fuck it.
No, she wanted to slap.
I really don't know sports, and I really don't know reality TV, and I mean snitches, So I don't know. I'm just alcohol. Fuck it.
This rapper has affiliation with Bacardi. This rapper has affiliations with Bacardi to collab on Cognac Douce.
No idea. Offset.
I'm sorry I have to do that to you, Hump.
All right, I'm bullshitting out anyways. I don't even know nothing. I'm waiting for the bars.
All right, Casey.
It's Jay-Z, right?
That is correct.
Damn.
Casey, Steph, tell him he can pass. He can pass
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to learn that too.
Yeah, no, you can pass. You don't got to answer.
On the question, I can pass on the question. Oh, that's a whole other ball game.
And there's one trash ball on the field already.
Yep. Let me get sports for 300.
Sports for 300.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds became the all-time home run leader, surpassing this player.
Mark McGwire.
That is incorrect.
What are you talking? Oh, all time. My fault. Damn, I thought it was season.
Single season. Yeah.
Single season, all time. Oh, that's whatever. I'll take that. Okay.
I'm gonna have to pass. I do not know sports.
Huh?
That's H-A. You
said H-A?
Hey, yeah.
Is that what Hump said, or is that what you said?
No, I passed.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was
I don't
H-A.
shit
It was
about
Hank
sports
Aaron.
unless we're talking about the Lakers.
Thinking of
and I should say that the late 80s and early 90s Lakers.
Yeah.
So, V, it's your go, right?
I believe so. Okay, so can we do? Ooh, this is gonna be. Let's do old heads for 300.
Oof. Old heads for 300. When greeting an old head, if he says he can't call it, what is the reason why?
Okay, there's several ways to explain this. If he can't call it, that means he can't define it. He can't say what it is. He can't put his finger on it.
I will read it again.
Okay.
Is it rhyme?
When greeting an old head, if he can't call it, what is the reason why?
Oh, he says if he can't call, like call on the cell phone. Yeah, that's because he don't have one, or I'm trying to understand like what this is. Is this referring to the phrase where they say I can't call it? Because old school niggas say that shit all the time, and what they mean when they say that is because they don't have the actual definition of what the fuck they talking about.
No.
And that's what I've been saying. I want to see what you said, because I know the definition when an old nigga says I can't call it.
I said, I didn't ask for the definition. I said, what's the reason why? However, are you asking me to skip?
Well, yes. I'm trying to understand the question, really.
Repeat the. I know. I
Can I
repeat
make
the
a wild
exact
guess?
wording of the question because it's interestingly worded. Could you repeat
I'll lose my points if I get it.
No, just no. I know what can't call it means. I just the way she made a point. The question. Just could you rephrase the question so I can answer it correctly?
All right. When greeting an old head, if he says I can't call it, what is the reason why?
Because he's an alcoholic.
I thought it was my thing.
It is your turn. I don't know why he said that.
Okay. No, when an old head says I can't call it, he mean like
no.
Like saying ain't shit.
Again, not what it means.
Oh,
why he can't?
That's a really uniquely worded question. Why the reason because the nigga's lazy and doesn't feel like fucking answering the question with more intensity than that.
So you're saying you want to skip as well?
Can I take it? Can I say what I said it before to steal it?
You can say what you said before. Yes.
Because I'm an alcoholic, nigga. Shit.
What you have as the reason? I'm curious to see what you have the reason. What do you have as the reason? I gotta see them.
He might spoil it.
What? No. No.
I mean, yo, let me bring Tupac into this. Like the first reference, like what you doing this weekend? Oh, I can't call it. Like niggas be like, oh, you really know whatever.
Right? How many niggas have scratched the back of their head?
Can't call it. It's just kind of like I don't know.
I didn't ask again.
I can't define it. I can't put my finger on it.
That's why I need a mute button. Listen, you're not listening to the question. I didn't ask you what I can't call it means. That's not what I asked you. When you say I can't call it, I might spoil it. That's the reason why. I might spoil it is the reason I can't call it. Do you not know old head talk?
Oh, that's one of them. That might be a southern saying, but I get the saying as you explain it though. But I've never heard of that like reference when someone says I can't call it.
I think we'll agree to disagree.
I want my points back.
Because when if you watch Poetic Justice, for example, because let's go from the root. You watch Poetic Justice, like the question Joe Torre asked Pac is like, you saw me, I can't call it. He ain't trying to worry about spoiling nothing. He's just like, oh nigga, whatever, I can't call it.
But they also weren't old heads. They were also in their 20s.
Now old head is relative to the origin. Like it's not an old head. They didn't say that. There wasn't old heads back then saying that shit because it was 92. But I get the point. This is where we get into linguistics. I
think Schoolboy is right. That might be a southern slang. I understand the logic behind it, but like when I hear about the words, just the niggas saying I can't call it, I just think about niggas standing on the corner scratching the back of their head, not knowing what they're talking about. But I like that because he might call it because, like, you know, he don't want to get himself involved because he'll ruin the bitch.
See, I think of every Oakland nigga that I know, Richie Rich, all them type of niggas. You be like, "What's cracking, my nigga?" Oh, I can't call it. You know, it's just like I ain't shit. It's like saying, I ain't shit. You know, it's chilling, whatever. But whatever. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I agree with both.
Yeah, you know. Y'all can give me some points as a guest if you wanted to. I wouldn't be mad at that, but I ain't tripping if you don't either. my shit was not incorrect.
It's on you anyway. It's your go.
All right, I'm gonna just stay in my envisionment of myself as a phony alcoholic because I don't even drink like
do
that.
The trash ball, bro. Do the trash ball. Look at reality.
Yeah, please spare me. Yeah, thank you. Bars, let's do it.
Okay. I know this chick named Nicole. They call her Bushi. Didn't want to shop nowhere but Gucci. And Burberry and Prada was her style. I'm trying to tell y'all that Shawty could get down.
That's Old Dirty Bastard, Ason Unique, born in Brownsville, Brooklyn, 1968, formerly known as, I don't know what the fuck it is.
I couldn't hear you. Said you want to pass it?
No, I'm gonna proudly say I'm proud to not know the answer to that. Mark me as wrong. I don't want to know what niggas is talking about. No goddamn Burberry bitches. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I'm this young hump nigga. I like girls that come through the crib 4 or 5 times before you spend any money on them. That's how I'm rocking. Talk to me. Where you at, ladies? I'm a good nigga. I'm a good kisser. I cook food with sardines. We rocking like that. Fuck these trick ass niggas. Yo, let me calm down. All right.
Hey, okay, I'm just gonna skip it, man. Casey.
No, I want that wrong. Mark me as wrong for that. I'm proud to be wrong. I don't know. I don't want to know.
Okay.
So, Young Hump, I think we should do an ad for dollar store panties.
For what?
Dollar store panties. Panties from the dollar store. Dollar store panties.
Hey, yo, this Young Hump, and listen, for all y'all ladies that ain't worried about how much money a nigga spend because your heart is pure, fuck with dollar store panties because real niggas give you everything they got and it might only be $1. What they say, you say you fell in love with a nigga that gave you $100, but he had $1,000. I gave you $2, but I only had $3. I love you more than that nigga. Dollar store panties coming to a motherfucking set of drawers near you. If you know what I'm saying, you can use that. Young Hump gives all licensing purposes to that. Yeah.
Okay.
We got them 3 for $5. We got them 3 for $5.
Casey.
On the corner of Florence and Normandy.
That's right.
Store pennies.
Casey, it's on you, baby.
I'm passing.
All right, V. I know this chick named Nicole. They call her Bushi. Didn't want to shop nowhere but Gucci. And Burberry and Prada was her style. I'm trying to tell y'all that Shawty could get down.
I gotta pass. I really don't know.
That's okay.
God bless you, Queen. That's what I'm saying. Look, these trick niggas done infiltrated the game and they done changed the landscape of rap. Listen, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying. Listen. I'm not saying.
I cannot have you talk about my supporters in that way.
No, we love your supporters.
There are great supporters out there, and they're good men, good hardworking men. See,
that's different. No, that's different. They're contributing to be a part of your visual erotic world.
Or contributing to their own nut.
But see, that's what I'm saying. They're contributing to their nut, and they're not tricking. They're purchasing a quality product. I'm talking about.
I like that. I like how you put that. I gotta start
saying. You feel me?
That's
we would support that. I'm just talking about the niggas that's all. Anyways, peace upon those brothers. I hope they figure it out.
But niggas who buy pussy, all is well.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what it is. But I'm saying I just don't like the landscape of like I have to arrive with a bag that's a designer bag to have a conversation. We're not doing that. That's why we talking about the Bay Area. Niggas need to listen to more Oakland music and get their mind right. You know what I mean? What did my nigga Snoop Dogg say? But this is for the niggas in Magic City, something. But tricking ain't the route. That's even if you got it. There's a method to you holding it when they can't do without it. That's the church and gospel Snoop
Come
Dogg.
on now.
Tricking ain't the route. That's even if you got it, there's a method to you holding it when they can't do without it. Nigga, you about
That
to
being
take.
said,
Got it. I guess.
Listen, I guess we gotta get to who said this shit.
All right, let us know, Steph.
Bow Wow.
Wow.
Oh, Bow Wow's my nigga.
I know this chick named Nicole. We called her Bougie. Didn't want her to shop nowhere but Gucci. And Burberry and Prada was her style. I'm trying to tell
I think he was what, 17?
Bow Wow's the bro.
I can't believe I did not know this.
Yo,
Oh
we
my
fuck
God.
with Bow Wow. Listen, Bow Wow has diplomatic immunity. There's nothing he can do no wrong. That's my guy, and we love Bow.
Oh
That's my guy.
man, Steph. I gotta come back and play again. I love this show, man.
10 seconds ago, he infiltrated the game and was fucking.
Bow Wow's my nigga. That's my nigga.
Bow
Wow's a good brother.
Before Future and Russell Wilson.
Right? Can y'all y'all let Bow Wow live? He been smashing him.
That's my nigga. No, Bow Wow's special, man. He's different. He's different. See, Bow Wow's playing the game too. See, Bow Wow's saying that on the song, you know what I mean? But in reality, though, you know, I mean, as he reported himself, this is not me speaking because I've ever been with him like that. I've been with him, but not like that. I met him at the All Eyes on Me early screening, and he stepped to me, and we had a real moment. But I was gonna say, no, that nigga said when they come to the room, they got to put their phone in a basket like they had Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
I mean, so that nigga is rapping what he's rapping for the radio, but you know, that's a trill nigga right there. He was raised by Dog. He was raised by Snoop. What are we talking about?
True indeed. That was his lyric. No, we're just going over the lyric, man.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's not. This is nothing personal. And these all listen. Like 99% of the songs I have put on here, I like these songs. So even though they're terrible lyrics, that don't mean it's a bad song. I fuck with the song.
I like that song too.
Right.
Anything Bow Wow does, I'm fucking with it. He's solid as a rock.
That being said, Casey, you're in the lead. It's on you. What you gonna do?
Snitches for 300.
Snitches for 300. Okay. Houston rapper Lil Troy accused this rapper of setting up two of his own close friends and getting them arrested for dealing cocaine.
Jesus.
This is all alleged. I don't know if it's all alleged.
Got real serious right there.
I'm gonna say Scarface.
No. No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
That was a guess, my nigga.
Wow.
That was a guess. I didn't even.
I am not involved in this. Shout out to the Unk Scarface. And that's all I can say. Next question.
This is all.
I knew it was a little flip of Scarface, because I knew it was another Houston rapper.
And listen. This is all I'm saying. This is all accusation. Hey. This is what Little Troy said.
Yeah, switch the picture, please. That shit don't feel right. Please, just move. Yeah. Please move forward, please. I have to leave if that's.
I'm gonna go snitches for 400.
All right. This hip hop mole ran a $10 million a year drug ring and cooperated with authorities, giving names like Wycliffe and even Wycliffe's driver.
Jimmy Henchman Roseman. Jimmy Henchman. I'm gonna go sports for 400.
Sports for 400. Okay. What was Negro League legend and MLB pioneer Satchel Paige's real first name?
Leroy.
Damn.
I'm gonna go alcohol for 400.
Snoop Dogg has partnered with this company to sell wine.
I'm gonna pass. I don't know.
All right, Vanessa.
I'm a pass because I feel like I know, but I'm a pass. I could be wrong.
All right, Young Hump. Do you know this one? You know you got that new wine out.
Martini and Rasti Spumante?
I know that's E40 got to deal with them, right?
I don't know.
I just have to say, if Snoop Dogg has partnered with this company, they're doing a terrible job in marketing.
Oh no, I've actually had several bottles of said wine. It's in Sam's Club. They selling that Sam's Club, liquor stores. It's everywhere. It's that Sam's Club, man. It's everywhere.
What it is then?
It is 19 Crimes is the name of the company.
I never heard of that.
Oh, I'm bugging. I actually have that shit here at the crib. I'm bugging. I just wasn't really thinking. I actually literally have that right here. I was giving it as a gift for my birthday. That's pretty funny.
V, it's on you.
Shit now. So I am going to take Old Heads for 400.
When receiving currency from an elder in the Black community, what is the typical transaction method? Be specific.
The typical trend. Oh, well, it's gonna be cash, and they're gonna tell you, "I want my money back." Is that what we're talking about?
Money.
When receiving currency from an elder in the Black community, what is the typical transaction method? Well, first, the elder has to go find their money. Could it be underneath the bed, or
No, we're not talking about finding the money. We're talking about the transaction. Describe the transaction. How it's gonna happen.
Well, if they're willing to give it to you, if they qualify you as a responsible individual, they're going to reach into their back pocket or reach into their bra, depending on who we're talking to. And then, they'll peel off how much you need exactly and put the rest of their money in their pocket. I'm trying to understand the question. Because I know what the transactions are for me in a Black family, but you might have a kid who don't have elders who have it, so...
Although I'm not going to penalize you because that is a way, but that's not what I was talking. That's not the answer I was looking for.
Okay.
Young Hump.
Could you repeat the question, sir?
When receiving currency from an elder in the Black community, what is the typical transaction method?
They're gonna tape it on the side of a trash can. Motherfucking Western Union, nigga.
Casey.
I'm gonna pass, but I'm gonna say within my own personal experiences, is me and my auntie dropping 100 on me like it's a little drug deal, like a little slide pass, passing the money on the low. You know what I'm saying? It's very discreet. It could be, yeah, exactly.
I said they may peel off money and hand it to you. You can't peel off money if it's not folded.
It's done very discreetly.
That's why they peel off the money. They don't want to let you know all the money they have. They give you, they peel it off. Like,
Auntie not gonna let your father know she's giving you money. She's just gonna do it on the low. You know
right. Agreed.
So she ain't gonna peel it like this. She's gonna do it like a drug deal in the alley, like woof woof. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but all the Black people, they stingy about their money, so they're not gonna double check to make sure that they gave you 2 bills or not. They're gonna make sure that each bill that they gave you was intentional.
The discreet is more important than the count. They counting it right, they got it, but it's discreet. You would your father's not gonna know that your auntie just dropped 4 bands on you.
Right.
All right. Well, we got 4 questions left. Let's go ahead and get these last 4. Is any comments? I didn't see any. Okay. So who's on? Who picked that question?
I did. So I think that
it's on Young Hump. Young Hump. We ain't got nothing left but trash bars, man.
All right.
Just tell me which category you want.
I'm staying with the alcohol motif.
Okay. I like it when she showed me. Hold on. I like it when she showed me she can rock it, roll it, drop it to the floor, bouncing slow. Shawty's all pole. That's the way to go. Till her booty ooey got a nigga glancing every time that ass react. I thought I saw a putty cat. Gimme that fatty cat.
Man, I'm gonna need some Easy E when I get off this phone just to just to restabilize my DNA. I'm on this shit got me on one, but I don't know, man. That sounds like what, Chingy or somebody?
Same era, not the right person.
Yeah, I don't really deal with that like that. So I don't know, man. Mark me wrong, please.
Casey.
He knows what I'm saying. I think we got it. I'm passing.
V.
Now I'm nervous, but I was gonna say Chris Brown.
Was it the gimme that made you think it was Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Was it Chris? This is Crime Mob.
Okay.
Oh, that's in Rock Your Hips.
Oh, now I hear it.
That's the way to go. Tell a booty, ooh, we got a glancing every time that react. I thought a pretty cat. Give me that back cat.
All right.
That music couldn't have been more made for a club environment and not for a lyricist mind.
Yep,
possibly. That is just made for like to stand there.
That's when you do the motorcycle dance.
That shit is peace to them niggas. I fuck with them niggas. You know what I mean?
Let's go. Who next?
Again, I like all these songs.
Me too.
But yeah, it's now on I think it's on Hump, right?
Man, special request. Can y'all take me out with like some golden era shit? Cause like I don't really know.
This
is last 500.
I don't like when niggas is talking about hella like I mean, you know, it ain't gotta be golden era like that. Take me.
Hump, I got you, bro.
Throw me some window shoppers.
Take old heads, yeah.
Hump, I got you, bro. We're gonna play some shit that I think you like.
Yeah, man. Take me somewhere because I'm like that shit. It's like every club, I'm not a strip club nigga.
Right.
As much as it may appear that I'm a strip club nigga, I'm not. You know what I mean? Because I like to knock mine at the grocery store and get it for free. That's my style. So, anyways, but yeah, whatever it is, man, more alcohol or whatever's left. If it's not, is alcohol left or is nothing else?
No, I think it's on Casey. He picked alcohol, so it's on Casey.
Okay, peace.
Oh yeah, let me get old heads of 500 trash bars.
500. Okay, now Nikki, put it in your kidney. Got a new LS 450. Ain't no keys in this doohickey.
Nicki Minaj.
No.
Huh?
I can't do it. I'm sorry. You're so close, but he did not say it. V, it's on you.
Can I go? Yes, it was Nicki Minaj's song, of course, but it was 2 Chainz who was singing this. Okay. And yeah, I love Bees in the Trap. I was gonna say Yellow Sisters, but yes, Bees in the Trap. Bees in the Trap.
Okay, now Nikki, put that in your kidney. Got a new LS 50. Ain't no keys in this doohickey.
If one rapping, I be trapping. If one trapping, I be pimping. If one pimping, I be getting there. Period.
Yo, Steph.
I'm told you, Steph, when you ready to do that Nikki episode, I'm here. Anybody want smoke for Nikki? I am here.
No,
okay.
Wow. Yo, Steph. Steph, I actually came out with my own trash bars, and it's a 2 Chainz lyric, but I got to figure out how I sell it to him. And it goes, peanut butter up your pussy, call it Jiffy Lube.
Ooh, I like that.
No, that sounds like a rap version of a dad joke.
I like that. That's creative.
Peanut butter up your pussy.
Is another illustrious Virgo. We love 2 Chainz. That nigga Tahid is something special, man. We fucks with the God. And I was gonna say he was at the All Eyes on Me premiere too, getting it in. I was gonna say real quick just to say because I'm not gonna be here for that Nicki Minaj thing, but I want you to tell you that I agree. I think Nicki, amongst the mainstream female rappers, she's definitely the GOAT over the last 10, 15 years. Not all time like lyricist, but she definitely top 5. I give Nicki top 5 all time female spitters.
Bro, I'm about to say I don't think there's no one here to argue that. I mean, she literally ran hip hop for like what 10 years unopposed. I mean,
She was. I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan, but I love her on a guest verse on a reggae song.
Y'all hear me? I hollered
No.
at. I got at her at the premiere. Like lightweight, I didn't like go all in, but I leaned in on her and was like, "Yo, Nikki, I just want to tell you, you looking really nice tonight." And I threw all my sauce on it and on everything I love. She stopped in her tracks and just looked at me for like 10 seconds, just stared at me. And then she spun around to the paparazzi. That shit was gangster. I love it.
She ain't gonna say nothing. No, we light flex.
You should have dropped some Humpty bars on her. Like,
oh no, I didn't have
my nose will tickle your rib, baby.
My real face is pretty impactful too.
Hey, it's matter of fact, I think it's on you, Hump, man. Yeah. No. V, it's on V.
Oh, it's my turn.
It's on the Queen.
Okay, so I will do. Oh man, stay tuned for 500 because I know nothing about sports.
Okay. She open. I'm hoping she don't leave my dick. She open. I'm hoping she don't leave my dick broken with brush burns and swollen. I'm toting she want me to make her out a believer. I guarantee you, I'ma see you when I see you. This bar is not actually trash. It's just very vulgar. And
What is this? I have a. Can I ask a question?
It's so fun.
What is the snitch? What is the snitch reference? Is a snitch the person who said this lyric?
The trash bars have nothing to do with the category. They're all terrible famous rap lyrics.
She open.
I'm hoping that she don't leave my dick broken with brush burns and swollen. I'm toting she wanted me to make her out a believer. I guarantee you, I'ma see you when I see you.
I want to say that I'm not. This is not my answer. I want to say maybe Lil Wayne, but I'm going to pass on this because I'm not sure.
All right, Young Hump.
I don't even have the time to think about that one.
Casey, I know you know.
I'm passing.
Casey, you don't know this?
Nah.
I expected you to know this, Casey. The Soldier Slim.
Soldier Slim.
Wow.
I'm hoping she don't leave my dick broken with brush burns and swollen.
Yeah, it's not trash.
You know who said it?
That's Slim said.
I was too young to know the lyrics in the song. I was only young enough to know the verses.
When you read it,
the chorus.
It don't translate as well when it's read like the flow in the pocket. Yeah, it don't. But that's dope. I fuck with that song a long way.
Again, like I said, it wasn't trash. I was just listening to it again. I was like, this is very vulgar, and I've never paid attention to how vulgar.
Now, if you would have said, "I'm trying to grip that ass," I would have known exactly. Yeah,
keep being hard headed. I would make you get off me.
Oh yeah, I love this game, yo.
So we on the last one. Is Casey? The question's on you. You can pass. You can take a shot at getting it if you know.
I'm gonna risk it all. I'm gonna win or lose for sports for 500.
Vanessa got a chance now.
I know.
Hold up your ankles. Let your Timbs tap the flavor. It reacts to your gold caps. Word to mama.
Oh, okay.
I took it a piranha. Electrocute
I'm here to bring the drama.
That was for me.
Remix.
That
Let's
was
go.
for me.
LL, Flavor in Your Ear remix.
Yeah, that was for me. He had that ready for me. Thank you, thank you, John Logic. I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, money don't win nothing.
I did not. I know this song, but I did not know this lyric.
I'm here to bring the.
Is it?
Delicious. Delicious. Tell me, please, look. Hardest to Hollywood, but is he good? Come on.
All right, man. Well, that concludes this episode. Casey, you the man. You finished out with 1,900.
Can we go post-game press conference? I'm gonna interview myself. Casey, that was a tough road. What'd you think coming up? Well, V had me scared towards the end. She ran through the reality coaches, and then she was getting the trash bars. I was scared. Shout out to Young Hump. He kept it real. That last one, I just knew I didn't scared money don't make none. Even though I didn't get none of the other trash bars, I had a good feeling about it. I went with it, and I won. Like to thank God. Like to thank my mother. Like to thank everyone in Cambridge. We did it.
You did that, God. You did that.
So to you, Casey. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. This is my first non-negative loss, so I'm on the way to winning one.
I was scared. You ran through that reality go, and then you had a roll for the trash bars. That's why I had to be like, yo, I had to go for it. I couldn't pass. I was like, you probably gonna get it. If I don't get it, I gotta go. So you definitely had me scared for a little bit. I was sweating.
Yo, Steph, if we close out now, you only be a half an hour late. Sorry, thank you for staying around. You know what I'm saying? But thank you. And Young Hump and Casey, stay on the line. I'm gonna play one video. Stay on the line. I just want to.
Before I get out of here, listen, I special thanks Young Hump, Casey, V, man. Hey, listen, y'all ain't no regular people, man. Y'all pulling up is something official, like a referee with a whistle. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I appreciate it. This was a dope episode. It was shortened, but man, y'all brought it, man. I appreciate y'all.
And I appreciate y'all too. I do got to slide, but hit me in my DM and we'll holler regarding whatever. I got to slide right now, though, yo.
I'll stick around, Logic. I want to talk to you anyways.
Copy that. Copy that.
My niggas.
Yes.
And let me. Since I didn't get any lyrics, let me go out of here with a Ghostface quote. That nigga said, "Being trapped all day like enemies prey. Faces you never seen before is in your hallway. Brothers." No. I'm switching up. I'm gonna do a Ja Rule lyric. When I met Ja Rule, this is how I met Ja Rule. We doing a show backstage, and I'm out with this. We doing a show, and it's one of them like big arenas, so it's like a big background, like where the sports team plays. So he comes in from like the side entrance with the cars, and I'm just drunk and I'm bailing by myself, skipping on some high-powered shit. And this nigga Ja Rule comes, and I'm drunk, and I had not planned this. I just see this nigga, and I rip right into it, full volume. Ja, baby, one of the many niggas who sips Henny on the Tuesday, that's it in all 20s. When I hit that 20s, that nigga exploded into laughter and grabbed me, and we was best friends ever since. I love y'all. Get at me, 100.
Peace.
Yeah. Salute.
They can find you. Oh, well, there you go. Go ahead, Steph. Close us out.
He was talking about Ja Rule, man. Listen, Ja Rule came down here as the last concert I went to before COVID. Ja Rule tore this bitch up. Ja Rule put on the show. Like no bullshit.
Ja Rule has so much fun music, living it up. Like compared to 50 Cent's mean mugging music, bro. If Ja Rule would have won that battle, we would be a much happier people right now.
Yep.
That boy, Shawnee song. We on the beach.
Hey, look.
That ass chick.
Thank you so much. I look forward to the next episode. I'm on my way to winning one time soon. So
you gonna get one, V. Hey, that reality TV, I was for you.
That's my shit, though. That's my shit. I love these bitches.
I'm mad I fucked up the Hank Aaron question. I was drinking too much.
And salute to the chat. Absolutely.
To the chat, man. I'm sorry I couldn't get to y'all comments today. But listen, this has been a great episode. I'm your host, Step Got Jokes. And thank you for tuning in. Next time, y'all know the channel, Friday, 9 p.m. Let's go.
Fire, nigga. I'm on fire right now, nigga. Niggas thought it was over with for me, nigga. Y'all tried to kill me out, nigga. I ain't forgot about that shit. Y'all niggas think I forgot, nigga. I ain't forgot about none of that shit. So I'm back with a chip on my fucking shoulder, nigga. Wrote this with my eyes or rose and Moscato. Intuition, inner visions, flow from out the capo. Niggas ask me how I made it, I be dead if I know. I just went with my soul, and the rest just follow. She's a good girl, fuck that bitch, I'd rather deal without her. Say no to cash app, I ain't tricking, bitch, you must be psycho. But I'm prone to lie though, just don't tell all my bros. I roll gelato in the Bronto, so I got the sky clothes. Damn, it's raining, grab my cane and pass my Prada poncho. The boots was leather with the tattoos, those the Randy Machos. Goggles, Ferragamo, condos big as Costco. I popped the rhino, then she swallowed like it's Mr. Sacco. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. Modern life like Rocco, but I still pray to Shango. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. I devour my goals, and that's word to Gaucho. Rebel outlaw, reckless vato, ghetto desperado. Aim the Draco, eating tacos, take your breath like Tyclone. Adjacent to Van Gogh, I'm chasing my shadow. The pain is the shackle, embrace it for battle. In the gym
for 7 weeks. I feel like Boris Kojo. I mean Cujo with a new hoe, sober watching Cuso. A lot of people with my old hoe. I forgot I fuck my hoes in duos. Fofo throws in 2 hoes. Loopholes out with pool holes. That pizza coupon for designer Gucci coat was 2-tone. School old Parasuco. Shoot like Tony Kukoc. Good job of Samson, no Delilah. Put that on my tombstone. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. I devour my goals, and that's worth the gauchos.
Part of the multi-platinum, Grammy-nominated iconic group Digital Underground. They're in studio, right here in Good Day Studio. Money B and Young Hump joining us with a very special Good Day performance, and I think they're going to take up the entire stage, right, gentlemen? Are you ready for this? Ready?
Yes.
Money B, talk to him.
We about to do it.
DJ Always,
Sacramento.
set it off.
I love it. I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
We love it too.
Check, check.
Check, check, check. See, this is all part of it. This is all part of it.
Yeah, this is how we do it. And then we start bouncing, and then we start jumping.
What? As the record spins around, you recognize this sample, it's the underground. You know that we're down with
what you like. With what you like. And though we usually on a serious tip, check it out. Tonight we're gonna flip and trip and let it all hang out tonight. We're gonna say what we like. Cause yo, we wanna know how many people in the flow would like to just let yourself go and do what you like. Yeah, well tonight's your night. Hey, just eat food. Try not to be cruel or rude. Chilly attitude. Chill a serious mood and do what you like. Hey, and do what you like. Come on, everybody do what you like. We see guys and girls dancing. Do what you like. Sacramento, we see guys and girls dancing.
Everybody do what you like.
Good day. Wake up, drink coffee and bacon and eggs and cheese.
Yeah.
Look, now rich, poor, high, lower, upper, middle class. Let's all get together, have a few laughs and do what we like. And do what we like. Hey.
If you're hungry, get yourself something to eat. And if you're dirty, you need to go take a bath. Messed up a line? No, sometimes I don't rhyme. Help yourself to a cracker with a spread of cheddar cheese. Have a burger patch. You ain't gotta say please. Eat what you like.
Eat what you like.
Smell how you like.
Hey.
Baby girl, do what you like.
Yeah, and do what you like.
And do what you like.
Come on, and do what you like.
Gotta do it.
Sacramento, do what you like. Everybody do what you like. Hey, we see guys and girls dancing.
Special version.
Go.
If you are a true champion, if you know you are the man, if you a fly female and you going indoors and don't sweat the details, to all my dogs on the street, bobbing their head to this fly beat, cause when we ride, it's like do or die. Call me Mr. Buck, the coach is on my side. From north to south to east to west, it's safe to say we hot. When you perform, the clouds are warm, it's safe to say you're not. We take it out and break it up, we rolling up the pipe. We lighting up and smoking up, we blowing up this light. If you are a true champion, if you know you are the man, if you a fly female and you going indoors and don't sweat the details.
life force. You can kill a done, but the sound never done. We rank number one in the first position. Anytime we run with the competition, everyone knows night blade soon come. Everyone knows that the sound soon done. True champion, go on the hunt. True champion, go on the hunt. Go on the hunt. Go on the hunt. Go on the hunt.
You are the true champion.
Fashion over style and girls over clock. I know it's been a while, but let's easy rock. No, it will never stop, cause we all came to have a good time. Easy rock. Fashion over style and girls over clock. I know it's been a while, but let's easy rock. No, it will never stop, cause we all came to have a good time. Yo, it's whatever, anything or anything. Mixing Henny with ting, we be sipping anything. Got a slim something shorty showing off her belly skin. Wine like she's down for anything. In my khaki suit, Clark's boots, got my fitted cap low. God bless the sharp you, looking for something to slap before them start. If she drinking, I'm feeding her talk soup. But let easy rock. Fashion over style and girls over clock. I know it's been a while, but let's easy rock. No, it will never stop, cause we all came to have a good time. Easy rock. Fashion over style and girls over clock. I know it's been a while, but next easy rock. No, it will never stop, cause we all came to have a good time. She got a wine like a sinner, but it's also godly. Blessed with a waistline that moves oh so bodily. Oh, so I'm probably not willing to wait. It's a crime scene, real out the caution tape. Cause my slow wine's a felony. We ride the melody, I'm sick with it, but her backside's the remedy. We grind like enemies, side to side as she slide on it steadily. This is what she telling me. Easy rock, fashion over style and girls over clocks. I know it's been a while, but let's easy rock. No, it will never stop, cause we all came to have a good time. Easy rock, fashion over style and girls over clock. I know it's been a while, but let's easy rock. No, it will never stop, cause we all came to have a good time. To all my ladies rocking denim, silk, satin or linen, we came to have a good time. Got a couple drinks in them, just rock to the rhythm, cause we came to have a good time.